Hello, friends. Welcome to Coding Garden with CJ. It's been a while. Thank you for being here. And thank you, TJ, Mr. P1, for that resub. Very much appreciated. Welcome. It has been a while. Today we're kind of just going to hang out. We'll do whatever comes up. Potentially answer questions. Maybe we'll do some Clash of Code. Maybe we'll play a game of chess. Maybe we'll open Pokemon cards if people are into that. But mainly we're just gonna hang out, catch up, because it's been a while. Thank you all for being here. Yeah, so I did stream yesterday, not on this channel though. I streamed on the an ACM. I forget the name of it, but it's a university in Turkey. And hey, the real Pygon, thank you for that resub. Who says it's a baby? And hey, David, what's up, dude? Thank you for that 9-month resub. Hasatype or Hasatepi? But yeah, Hasatepi? Yeah, something like that. But I gave a talk there for their ACM group. ACM is Association for Computing Machinery? Something like that. Yeah, Hasatepi University. That's the one. That's the one. And Sledge Dog, thank you for that resub. Let's thank all the peoples that have resubbed so far today. And any other types of supports that have happened. Wow, there's a lot of you. William Cameron with that 7-month resub. Thank you very much. DS Legends with the 7-month resub. Thank you. Username Unknown404 with the 4-month resub, who says React, but view is better. Wait, what? And thank you all for that hype train. 2468 with the 10 bits. Fion Live with the 600 bits. Klein, what's up, Klein? With that 4-month resub, thank you very much. Finch Charming with the Twitch Prime resub, or just Twitch Prime sub, thank you very much. John George with the 5-month resub, who says, what's up? Been gone a while. Hello. What's up, ACs? ACs with that 6-month resub. George with the 6-month resub, saying, starting the year out right with the 6-month re-up. Yep. Read the C like a G. Hasatepi. Yeah, the thing is, so like I wasn't very active whenever I was in university. I got a computer science degree, and I don't think I was in the ACM organization. I should have been, but I wasn't. And Chad, thank you for that 8-month resub, who says we're going. Wait, what? Thank you, Chad. And thanks all for that hype train. Aknat now with the 7-month resub. Hola, señor. CJ. ¿Cómo está usted? Yo muy bien. I am muy bien as well. Thanks for that 7-month resub. Awaited with the 7-month resub. The real Pygon with 9 months. David with 9 months. Sledge Dog with 7 months. You all are fantastic people. I appreciate you. Oh, nice, NG Berman. That's good to hear you're using Firefox. Yeah, but for all the new people here, let's go ahead and play the drop game, because it's been a while. Just in the chat, type, hey, Milos. Thank you for that 5-month resub. Who says, hi, CJ. Oh, yeah, thank you, Paranoid, for the link. So if you click that link, you can see the stream that I did yesterday. It's very similar to the stream I did, I think, 2 years ago at this point on the coding train. Yeah, if you do drop me, there you go. Everybody's doing it. Your avatar will fall from the sky, and if it lands in the garden, you'll get your name on the screen, which is a beautiful thing. E-Sky currently with the biggest seedling there. Simply Oxygen with the little one. We got Hugo Dose and Goldfish. And what's up, Impy? Thanks for being here. How is the job market in Denver? I honestly don't know, because I haven't left my job. I've been working at my job for, I guess, close to 2 years now. Klein, that's too much! Come on, Klein. With the 5,000 bits, thank you very much. And Doc with that 9-month resub. Can we just get some hearts in the chat? We're starting the day off right. And thank you very much, Klein. I appreciate you. Cool. Show the code for my chat manager. Yeah, let's walk through all the things. So, you know how to play the drop game. You can play that throughout the stream. The other thing is, if you have a question, definitely check out the frequently asked questions. Because we answer a lot of stuff there. Now, if you're new here, feel free to just say hi. If a question was going to be your icebreaker and it's in the frequently asked questions, that's okay. Just say hi. And Tom, thank you for that Prime resub. Happy New Year. And many successful code runs. Thank you very much. But yeah, if you check out the frequently asked questions, we got a lot of things. So we have, first of all, what is my VS Code theme? That's the #1 question. You can look at my font. You can learn about my keyboard. And then you might be asking, how did you make all those overlays in chat window? And we have an entire document that talks about all that stuff. So the drop game, the chat overlay, these stream notifications, all that good stuff is documented here. There's links to the code. There's links to the streams where I actually created it, so you can check that out. Yeah. Wait. Yeah, so I usually have the dark theme on GitHub. I disabled it. Oh, because somehow I got logged out. I disabled it because I'm using the one on the built-in GitHub dark theme. Yeah. I don't know why I got logged out. Let's log back in. I can do this. Hey, Wet Seal, thank you for that resub. Happy New Year to you too. Yeah, the built-in dark theme is fantastic. It's really nice because it's not just black, it's like this darkish blue. But yeah, this is now that I've logged in, it pulled in my preferences, so you can see the built-in dark theme. Klein has been studying for the CCNA. This is a certified networking something, but I believe that it's tough, but I believe in you. Keep it up. Let's check it out. Cisco certified, what was it? Cisco certified network associate. Very cool. Yeah, I'm live, Eddie. Thanks for being here. Cisco certified. All right, what were we doing? We thanked people. We showed them about the frequently asked questions. Nookie Poo, thank you for that resub. 6 months, very good. My hair is coming back slowly but surely. I'm using a dark system theme. What else? Let's talk about this overlay real quick. And Acid Spark, what's up? Hopefully you're doing better. 9-month resub. Well, there you are. Yeah, I've just been not streaming. I've been doing other things. We're just hanging out today, FIFA. I don't use WhatsApp to watch. I don't know what the privacy issue is. Okay, let's talk about my overlay. So you can see that in my overlay, everyone is able to customize themselves. We can see that Hugo Das has the UK flag and the View team. Themes.dot has the Poland flag. It's good to see you too. Theon Live doesn't have a flag, but they do have their pronoun set. I'll show you how to do that. Sequel Gordster has the Canadian flag. So you too can set your flag, your pronouns, your team badge, and also like some statuses and stuff like that. But first off, how do you set your country or team badge? I like pineapple on pizza. It's not a controversy for me. I know a lot of people make a big deal about it, but pineapple on pizza, it's fine. It's sweet, it's salty, it's fine. It's not my favorite, but it's fine. But yeah, so you can do exclamation mark badges to get info about it. If you go to the Font Awesome brand cheat sheet, you can pick any brand on this page, and you can set that as your team icon. And so let me pick one. What am I gonna pick? Is there Pokemon? I'll pick Pokemon. There's not Pokemon. Well, actually, I'll do the dev team. So pick anything here. You'll get the word as it is presented there, and then in the chat you can do exclamation mark team, followed by that thing from the page, and that will set your team badge like so. Aviato, yeah, Aviato's on there too, and Pied Piper. Happy New Year, Aaron. Thanks for being here. Nintendo has no way their logo can fit into that small of an icon. There's no Nintendo on here either. Weird. Okay, the other thing is you can set your country code. So it works best with your 2-character country code. So wherever you are in the world, you can do exclamation mark country followed by your 2-character country code. For me, it's the US. You can do whatever you'd like. And then once you've done that, it will appear. It did work. ADS, you have the View team. Okay, so there's that. Pineapple pizza is best pizza. A lot of people have that opinion, and that's okay. That's okay. I've been opening a lot of Pokemon card booster packs and boxes and various collections and such. I only play online a little bit, not as much as I anticipated that I would. And then lastly, you can set your pronouns. So in the chat, you can do what pronouns, and that will show you your options. You can choose from she, he, they, ko, nun, ze, hi, it, one, em, or yo. It has to be in this list, and then in the chat, you can do pronoun followed by one of them from that list. So I prefer the he and him pronouns. And so if I do pronoun, exclamation mark pronoun he, in the chat, you can see my preferred pronouns. Hello, Ashley. I'm doing pretty good. Karan challenges me to a game of chess. Maybe. Not yet, but maybe. TypeScript? Is there a TypeScript logo? You can only be in one team at a time, yeah. Oh, nice, Hugo Das. That's good to hear. Finally got a full stack job. That's great to hear. Congrats. Yeah. Serta big and tall computer chair. That sounds comfy. And then lastly, I said lastly before, but this is for real the lastly thing. You can set your status in the chat. So you can see that Fion Live has the status of TypeScript is greater than JavaScript in most cases. Well, that's just like your opinion, and that's okay. It's okay to have that opinion. Invermath Music has the status, I'm not a bot, but I give the name of the music I know if it, okay. I guess it's an ad for your bot that's in the chat. It's pretty cool. What else do we got? My status was just hanging on to 2020. I need to update that. All right, so you can set your status. To set your status, you can do exclamation mark set status now. Your status must be safe for work. It must be appropriate. If it's not, the mods will time you out and potentially ban you. So be nice. My status is 2021. Just another year. And now that status will appear below all of my messages, so that's great. Oh, it's good to see you too, Elko. Thanks for being here. Got a new mattress. Oh, yeah. It's interesting to think about. Like, we don't like to spend money. As humans, we try to find bargains. But the things that we use the most, we probably should invest a little bit of money in, right? Because like we sleep for like almost half of our lives. So it would make sense to invest some good money in a good bed. So I commend you for your mattress purchase. That's great. You're getting good sleep. Yeah. Is that it? I feel like I always forget something. Oh, nice, Kron. That's good to hear. You got a new job? Would you send some Dogecoin? No thanks. No thanks. Status check. The comfort principle. Spend your money where you spend your time. Yeah, I think there's a subreddit. It's called like Buy It for Life or something like that. And they talk about like really expensive purchases, but they last a long time. Like a pair of shoes or a pair of boots. You wear shoes every single day. It's a type of thing that you use all the time. So it would make sense to put a lot of money into that. Even though you can find some for less, in the long run, you're going to end up replacing them. So you might have well just bought the more expensive quality one to begin with. I don't know. I think it's the main stuff. Yeah, I'll talk about Vox. I don't think I'm going to be answering questions just yet. But if we do start answering questions, you can run some commands in the chat and your questions will show up here. So if you go to vox.coding.garden, you can see all the questions that have been asked so far. NG Berman says, can you show us the code for your chat manager? Yeah, I did that. You probably saw it already, but you can check out this link to see all the code and stuff like that. Your antivirus blocks Coding Garden? Well, I mean, that's unfortunate. But you can ask questions, you can upvote, and those will show up here. I'm not going to be answering them right now, but we might answer some questions later on in the stream. My holiday was pretty good, Aaron. Whole lot of hanging out, whole lot of finding Pokemon cards. And Alan, thank you for the bits. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, appreciate it. Let's Watch Things says, I've been struggling with work lately. I feel inadequate and not motivated to learn more. I'm a new dad, but I don't think that's the sole reason for the lethargy. Any tips? No, because I'm kind of feeling this way too. It's part of life. I would suggest, like, if it's serious, you could seek a therapist or seek help of some kind, because it's always good to talk these things out and figure out like what is the real driving force behind your lack of motivation. But yeah, I don't have any tips. I'll take some tips. Yeah, my hair is out of control. I do have a Let's Encrypt certificate, yeah. Was my Christmas holiday relaxing? Sort of, like I said, I've been looking for Pokemon cards, and Pokemon card searching is not relaxing because there's an extreme shortage right now. They're really hard to find everywhere. What's up, Turtle Monkey? I cannot solve a Rubik's Cube. I mean, I could, because I'm aware that there are algorithms that exist that I could learn or even look up, but I don't have them memorized. Yeah. Okay. We talked about the overlay. We talked about the drop game. Was that it? How to grow a beard like mine. Just don't shave. I don't even know if you'd call this a beard. It's hair on my face is what I call it. People remind, am I forgetting anything? And Coding Show, thank you for that prime sub. Looking for those 10 rated cards. I don't really care about card rating, honestly. There's a couple of cards I care about because I have duplicates, and if I could sell them, I could basically pay for my entire hobby. But yeah, you saw Pokemon cards at the Target in Northfield. Where is Northfield? Even though I live in Colorado, I am actually like I'm pretty geographically illiterate. Let's see. So here's Northfield. Okay, yeah, I've done some card searching here. I haven't actually gone that far north. But yeah, I've found some cards in the north. I've found some cards in the south, but in Denver proper, it's really hard to find some. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Coding Show. We don't really have any plans for today's stream. We're kind of just gonna hang out, answer questions. We're probably gonna start with Clash of Code. I think that's a good place to start. It's been a while since I've done like a coding challenge. And hello, Robin. Yeah, we talked about setting your country flags. And DV Man, thank you for that resub. And Melinda Beans, welcome. That wasn't a resub, but you're here. That's good to hear. Yeah. Oh yeah, we have to say hello. We are gonna say hello before we start. We'll do Clash of Code is gonna be the first thing that we do. Are the alerts normally that loud? I think so. And hello, Opti. Thanks for being here. I've had issues with OBS. Right now, I actually cannot control the volume of the alerts. Actually, I guess I technically could with this. We're gonna turn it down just a little bit, but I can't control it within OBS. I can control it on my mixer because I had issues because if you set a source and say control via OBS, that volume knob wasn't working. I don't know. And hello, good day, everyone. Okay, let's say hi to everybody, and then we're gonna play Clash of Code. I'll go ahead and send you a link to the site so you can sign up before we get there. It's probably gonna be 10-15 minutes before we start playing this. Noob Coders says I saved their final year project. That's interesting. I don't know how I did that, but that's good to hear. You don't have to use Vuex with Vue 3 or Vue 2. I mean, you can. You definitely can. Okay. My mic volume is kind of maxed out right now. I mean, I guess I could get closer to the mic. I mean, I could increase the gain a little bit. Okay. But yeah, if we're going to play Clash of Code in like 10-15 minutes, so if you want to go sign up there, you'll be ready to join the Clash whenever we start. But let's say hi to everybody. It's been a while since we clicked this button. This is a chat filter. So now all of the chat messages that I see on the right are filtered to match this regular expression. We have a word boundary. And hey, Blake447, thank you for that prime resub. Yeah, glad you could be here. But if you say any of the following things, hi, hello, hey, morning, afternoon, evening, howdy, good day, coding, hi-yo, vohayo, bogahay, any of these things, it will show up in the chat here. The first message you sent that matches this regular expression. And we're going to go back in time. So the first person to say hello today was Mutlak. And Spun, thank you for the 1,000 bits. That's a lot of bits. Thank you very much. But yeah, Mutlak, first one to say hello 33 minutes ago. Very good. How's it going? Hello, hello. Hello, Nikki Poo. Welcome to the show. What's up, Hector Cohen, Eluda, and Top, and Actually Doc, and Karan, and Abdel, and Informath Music, and Happy Jojo. Hello, hello. What's up, Richard, and Eddie, and Shines Love, and Prasanth, and Clemmy, and Dewansh, and Alana. Hello, Lime Oats, and AZs, and Hugo Das. Oh yeah, we mentioned that, but shout out to Hugo, he got a job. Congrats. And Ingie Berman. Hello, what's up, Myosin, and Deadshot, and Adamate, and Afa, and Fion. Hello, Logic Husky, and Designer, and Geek, and Funny Boy, and Electrothermal. Bogahay, how's it going? Hello, Hulk Mode, and Don, and Shark Turn Up, and Sobus, and Death Charge Rocks, and Darkani Moosh, and Williams, and Stick Manama, and Prawin, and Friniz. And hello, Ads, who says, I know this is random, but I've been meaning to ask. I remember you were a dev in Denver. Yes, I am. How the job market is. I honestly don't know. You can check out any job search website to see what jobs pop up in Denver. I haven't really checked. I mean, before the pandemic, there were quite a few jobs available. Not really for, I mean, there were jobs for junior developers, but there are a whole lot more jobs for mids and seniors. Yeah. And hello, Depopom, and Klein, and Zamar, and Jojon, and Darth Millennial. It's going pretty good. Hello, Diploidal, and Matthias, and Bimsicle, and Alex. Hello, LT Nightshade, and El Coco, and Noob Coder, and The Jive, and AGM, and Cycle, and Ashley, and Samarpan, and Calareza, and Marlon, and Tuzo, and Portal Gaming. It has been a long time. Welcome back. Overlord, how's it going? Hello, Lehugo Boss, and Milos, and Sujan Dahal, and Lone, and The Coding Show, and Murdoch. How's it going? Hello. I'm gonna take a drink of water. Invisible drink of water. And what's up, Rick, and DT6, and Coders Jim, and Black Claw, and Mustafa, and Melinda, and Kuba, and John, and Opti. Hello. What's up, Pick-a-Pin, and Daj Sharma, and Drunk Time Lord, who says, I got sidetracked today and created Meowsay. It's like Cowsay, but better. Nice. So if you've ever seen my terminal, whenever I open a new terminal tab, we see Tux the Linux Penguin, and he's reading out a quote. It's not enough to have a good mind. The main thing is to use it well. Rene Descartes. But this is actually the Cowsay utility. I think I can do like Cowsay hello world? Yeah, like that. So Cowsay lets you pass in text and it shows it on a cow, but you can also choose your cow file. I've chosen the Tux cow file. And what they're saying is they've created Meowsay, which will let you do that, I guess with a cat. And hello, Darkslayer. What's up, Weirdo Flexo? Oh, nice. Glad to hear you're watching the YouTubes. DV Man, good day. Hello, Bite Push, and Yukurai, and Mr. Tom Taman. First stream, welcome. And hello, Martin. What's up, Battle Fame? Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while for me, too, for a lot of people. What's up, Simic? And Mr. Who Knows? And Paisius, greetings from Greece. Very good. Hello, Tom, and Blank, and Roger Voth. Yeah, it's been a very long time since we played Clash of Code. I'm excited to do that. And hello, Leak Geek, and DevTerp, Bogahay Snooster, and hello, Ally Post, and Dorthief. Howdy. What's up, Bobhead? New HTB box in 10 minutes. It's going to be a long evening. HTB? Not familiar with the acronym. And Shorsey Web, I'm back. Welcome, thank you for that resub. HTB, let's see if DuckDuckGo knows what we mean. HTB box? Hack the box. That's probably what you mean. Very cool. I want to do one of those on stream one day. I feel like I might want to do a little bit of preparation, but that would be fun to do on stream. And what's up, Gerasmus from Sweden. Very good. Hello, Joey Devs, and Malin, and Awaited, and QuantaScript from Cottage County, Ontario. Very good. Hello, Sequel Gordster. So much hair. It's a little bit of hair. I guess I have hair on my face. I have hair on my head. There's hair everywhere. What's up, Sorali, and Limors, and Gamerboy. Yeah, welcome. Rami says, I got a job as a teaching assistant for computer science in the university. What do you advise me to do? I mean, I'm guessing you're probably an assistant for like a computer lab or something like that. I honestly don't know. I mean, you can look up good teaching techniques and good teaching practices, but it depends on how serious you are about teaching. Because I mean, if it's just a side job, might not worry that much about it. Just help as much as you can. But also, there are some things you can learn and do to be a good teacher. Like one of the biggest things is you don't really ever want to, as a coding teacher, you don't really ever want to type for the student or like do the thing for the student. You always want to guide them. You want to, I guess that's one thing you can practice is practice pairing, practice being the navigator, the person talking but not actually coding. That's my advice. And hello, Xander. I'm pretty good. Hello, Sir Tim. And Zrollers. Anyone else, if you haven't said hello, you can say hi now, and I will acknowledge you. I will notice you. And a magical bird. Thank you for that 4-month resub. Very good. Very good. What's up, Mike? Welcome to the show. Karan says, don't be a teacher. No, I'm not saying don't be a teacher. I'm saying, I don't know. The Real Pygon says, knowing when to let struggle, when to hint, and when to give the answer. I like that. It's a good summation of what I was thinking in my head but didn't say out loud. Yeah, because you don't want to let them struggle all the time. You want to push them in the right direction, but it depends on the student. It depends on where they are and all that good stuff. And Siwa Dev, or Siwa Dev, how's it going? Hello, John's Adventure and Oscar. Welcome, everyone, to the show. It's good to be here. It's good to be back. You can't use channel emotes? You should be able to. I see the sub badge. You might need to refresh the Twitch chat. Thanks for doing the inventory project. It inspired me to replace the one at work, and I'm really enjoying it. Nice. Yeah. We still have quite a bit of work to do on the inventory app. We're talking about we could use the inventory app to inventory all of my Pokemon cards. I don't know. But let's write some code. We're gonna play Clash of Code. Know the right price for a freelance job. I don't do freelance. I would say you could look and see what potentially what other freelancers are charging, but I don't do freelance. Mainly, I mean, that's one of the reasons is I don't know what to charge. I don't want to have to deal so much with the business aspect of coding. Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to play Clash of Code. So this is a competitive but also instructive, somewhat collaborative. It's not collaborative. It's a competitive coding game where we will all be dropped into the same lobby. And when it starts, we all have a chance at solving the same coding problem. So let's just start off with fastest mode. So we're going to be given a problem. The first person to solve the problem will be at the top of the leaderboard. It doesn't matter how performant your code is, doesn't matter how ugly it is. We're going to allow you to use any programming language, so anyone that's supported by this website you can use. And the first person to finish will be at the top, but also I like to think of this as a battle against yourself instead of a battle against everyone else. So you're just trying to do your best. Try to do your best. This is not live on YouTube. No, I'm premiering an older live stream right now. TK Burris says, any advice on how to avoid exceeding rate limits when I have to do a ton of API requests? Caching. Pretty much caching is the best way to get around that. Don't make more requests than you need to. Yeah. Okay, who's ready? Smile in the chat if you're ready to either watch or participate in Clash of Code. We are now going to drink Invisible Sports Beverage. I'm ready. Fight will likely appear out of nowhere. Fight has a bot that finds Clash of Code private links in Twitch chats and then sends it to him, and then he just joins. He's really good. Well, it wasn't Fight. No, that was who was that? That wasn't Fight. But Fight is really good. And Cheo, thank you for that Prime resub. Does anybody remember who I'm talking about? Who does that? Terrazoid. It was Terrazoid. Yeah, it's Terrazoid. Okay. All right. So I'm going to create this link. You can click on this link to join the Clash. I believe it's up to 100 people can join us. Yeah, up to 100. I think we have a current Clash command. Cool. And so if anybody else comes along and they want the link, you can just do !current Clash, and then they can click that. Yeah, here we go. Let's see. Oh, it's quite a few people. 28 people. Very, very, very good. Very good. I think if I put coding game in my title, I'll show up on there. Coding game. Cool. I believe you can use PHP. The Real Pygon. Yeah, the Real Pygon usually uses PHP. Have I heard Shawarama? No, I have not. I mentioned this earlier, but it's been a while since I've then I won't compete. Oh no, you should join. There's no reason not to join. You can use PHP. You can use any language you want. If you do !current clash in the chat, you should get a link to it. You'll be able to join. Yeah, I would say I'm not. I mean, I feel like I'm really out of practice being a live coder and like solving problems like this. So we'll see how it goes. We'll wait one more minute for people to join and then we'll get started. There's already 60 people here, which is great. Let's go. Do I mean to have Streamlabs spamming the YouTube premiere? Probably. So Streamlabs sends informational links. Thank you for that focus mode, Murdoch. We'll use that. And Shirkum, thank you for that resub. It completely varies. I mean, for fastest mode, they're usually a little bit easier than the other ones, but sometimes you get a really hard problem that seems impossible to solve in 15 minutes. I'll be streaming for at least another hour and a half, I would say, Klein. Maybe a little bit longer. What was I about to do? Oh, I was gonna look at YouTube to see what's happening with that premiere. There's 58 people watching on YouTube. Wow, very good. Yeah, yeah, it's fine. Streamlabs is just being extra helpful today. Maven's stream, so that's Mongo, Express, Vue, and Node? Possibly. And hello, Gaudutus. I'm doing pretty good. All right, we're gonna get started. There's already 70 people here. I believe you can join even after we start, but the moment I click launch, it's gonna happen, and you'll have 15 minutes to solve the problem. Let's go. You wanna be like me. Be nice, be humble. I think that's about it. And be honest with yourself. Fastest mode. All right, so we're gonna have up to 15 minutes. You can see the timer in the top left to solve this problem. So this seems like a math problem. I already don't like it, but this is the problem description. On the right-hand side, this is where you're going to put your code in, and this is where you can choose which programming language you want to use. I'm going to use JavaScript because that's just what I like to do. And then you can also see your test cases. So down here, if you click this button, you can see all of the possible inputs and outputs like that. That'll give you a better idea of how to do things. I think that's it. All right, I'm going to do the focus mode that was redeemed by, I think it was Murdoch, right? Yes. We're going to do that focus mode, and I'm going to try to solve this problem. So when I go into focus mode, I'll still be able to somewhat see your chat, but for the most part, I'm going to try to just solve this problem. So here we go. All right. This problem statement says, primorial of a number n is the product of prime numbers lower or equal to n and is written in pound. You'll be given two values, x and y, and you have to compute x pound divided by y pound, or hash. So for example, you're given 8 and 3. So x pound is 7, 5, 3, and 2 all multiplied together. So this is all prime numbers lower than a given number multiplied together. And then, and including. So all prime numbers including and lower than a number multiplied together, and then you divide the two. Okay, so that's not so bad. We basically just need to find all prime numbers lower than a given number, and then we'll multiply them all together. Cool. I mean, I think what I kind of want to do is for every problem, pick the larger number. I'll find all primes equal to or lower to than that number and store them somewhere, and then use those for the calculation. I think that's how I'm going to solve it. Again, this is fastest mode, so it doesn't have to be pretty. You can see that we already have code that reads in those two numbers, x and y. So that's fine. Let's create a function called getPrimes that takes in some number n. It's going to return an array of all primes equal to or lower than that number. We're probably going to need a function that determines if something is prime that takes in n. there's a way to do it. Like, you can also just do it the brute force way, where you try to divide every number into that number, and if you can't find any divisors, it's prime. That's all I'm going to do. So let's just have a for loop. I is going to be equal to n minus 1, so we start one less than the value itself. And we'll do it while I is greater than 1 and decrement by 1 each time. And thank you, Kuzi, for that tier 2 resub. Everything's gonna be all right. Thanks for reminding us. Everything's gonna be all right. Okay, so I'm writing a function to determine if a given number is prime. So I'm looking at all numbers lower than n. So I'll say if in mod I is equal to 0, return false, because that means that n is divisible by that number. Otherwise, if we check every single number and it's not divisible, we're going to return true. Now, I know there's potentially a better way to do this. We could optimize this. We could also say, like, if in mod, well, if in is this won't, I guess this won't work for, no, this would work for 2. Technically, this would work for 2 because n minus 1 is 1, and then we're doing while I is greater than 1. So this would work. This is fine. So this is an is prime function. And so I need to get all primes that are equal to n or less. So we'll have an array called primes, and then I'll just create a for loop that goes from I equals n while I is greater than 0. Greater than 1, because I guess we don't really care about 1 because it's multiplication. And then for every number, we'll subtract to go down, and we'll say if is prime for the current I, we're going to say primes.push I. Cool, so that should give us all primes equal to or less than a given number. Great, now we can use it. So we can say all primes equals get primes, and we're going to pass in the maximum of x and y. And we should have all the primes that we need to do the maths. So if I just do this first test case, all primes is undefined because we need to return primes from this function. Yeah, so we get 7, 5, 3, and 2. This gives us 13, 11, 7, 5, 3, 2, and 2. I think it's working. We're getting all the primes less than or equal to a given number. Okay, so that gives us all primes. Great. Now we need to get all of the primes for x and all of the primes for y. I mean, technically, all primes is going to be all of the primes for the larger one. I guess we don't even gotta do that. We just, yeah, we'll just call this x primes, and this is just going to be get primes for x, and then y primes is going to be get primes for y. Now, I could do like, the thing is, the reason why I was thinking we pick the max is because this is a somewhat complex calculation, and if both numbers are large, we have to do it twice. But I think this is fine. This is fine. Because now that I have the x primes and the y primes, it's just some maths. So we multiply all the x primes together. Let's just create a function, multiply array. It takes in an array, and then we just reduce it. So we'll say array.reduce. We get the product, and we get the current number. We want to multiply the product times the current number, and this all starts off at the value 1. I think it's great. Let's use it. So we can multiply the array of x primes and divide that with multiply the array with y primes. All right, there we go. Done. Okay, but it failed for the last one. Nan. So let's see. Be smart. Don't try with all primes. Why not? What did I do wrong? Let's just see what values we're getting. Integer overflow? Is that what it is? Infinity! You had to use big int. I'm not going to implement big int in JavaScript. I mean, I guess depending on what version of Node, we might actually have a big int. So right here, we could say big int. Yeah, that did it. Okay, so I don't like that, but that seems to work. What does this give us? 35 in. This one, yeah, it's the right number, just has an in on it. So let's parse it back into a number. Well, oh man, whenever we parse it, we lose precision. No, okay, we'll have to. We can two-string it. I think we can two-string it. Yeah, because that won't get rid of the precision. And we're just logging it out. Okay, that works. Quite a few people have already solved it. Let's just submit what I got. We'll be able to review the solutions afterwards. So let's see. I got 6th place. That's not bad. I've reached level 5 apparently, so that's good to see. I don't want that. Go away. Go away. I'm not interested. Okay. And so for those of you that have submitted, click on share my code, and that way we'll be able to get to take a look at the solutions. But it took me 9 minutes and 18 seconds. TK Baris did it in 4 minutes in Python. We'll take a look at that in a second. We'll wait a few more minutes for people to submit their solutions. I have a feeling everyone that got 50% just didn't handle the big int problem, where you basically have a number overflow. That's okay. Multiply the numbers between x and y? I thought it was all the prime numbers. I think I got it right. So what I did was all the prime numbers equal to or less than x multiplied together, divided by all the prime numbers equal to or less than y multiplied together. And NovaScript, thank you for that 5-month resub. You got a software engineering job. Very good. You've been working there for a month. Congrats. That's good to hear. Let's get some hearts and congrats in the chat for NovaScript. Yeah. It has been a long time, Q21. I'm doing pretty good. Turtle monkey. Hearts. Hearts. Yeah, that's Seth Hart, isn't it? Nice. All the primes, multiply all the primes greater than y. It also solves the problem. Wait, what? Oh, because you're dividing. Ah. I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Hopefully somebody solves it that way. And we can see how they do it. Apparently, only 6 of us have got 100%. Some people might have muted whenever, or yeah. And Howard, thank you for that resub. Even if your hair is getting worse each day. Thank you for that resub. All right. And Terrazoid, welcome Terrazoid. Always making it for the Clash of Code. Let's go ahead and we'll look at the top 3 solutions. And they're in 3 different languages. So TK Baris did it in Python, Ally Post did it in JavaScript, and Zerolers did it in Ruby. So let's see how TK Baris did it in 4 minutes in Python. Here we go. So they have a function isPrime. This is how you can create a range of numbers in Python. So create a range of numbers from 2 all the way up to n. If n is divisible by that number, return false, otherwise return true. So very similar to what I did. They created a function for checking if a number is prime. And then they create a range. Yeah, this makes a whole lot of sense. So this is what somebody mentioned, where you actually only need to multiply the numbers larger than the lesser one, because you're doing division anyway. So they create that range. For every number that is prime, they multiply it onto their accumulator, or their current value, and then they print it out. Somebody mentioned that Python has big integers already, so they didn't have to do anything special to handle really large numbers. Yeah, that makes sense. Like an optimization would be range up to n divided by 2. Yeah. Cool. All right. AllyPost did it with JavaScript. Let's see how they did it. They have a getPrimes function. So they have an array where they're keeping track of all of them. Limit starts at 1 while limit is less than or equal to n. Yeah, so this is kind of like this is an isPrime function embedded in iterating up to all of the numbers. So we all solved it in a very similar way. And then they use this getPrime. So getPrimes for x, getPrimes for y. And they did have to use big int here in JavaScript. So let's see how they did this though. So they have XP and YP. They are slicing yp.length xp. Oh, that's smart as well. So they just chop off the numbers that are less than y, and that way they only have to multiply the ones that are greater because of division. You all are smart. I didn't think of that. And then they just reduce it to multiply them all together. Very good. And Zerololers did it with Ruby. Let's see. Wow. Okay, look at this Ruby solution. So I believe Ruby has an isPrime function already. So we have all of the primes for A, all of the primes for B, or all the primes for X, all the primes for Y. So for every number, I guess less than X, put it into A if it's prime. I think that's what's happening here. Less than or equal to X. Weird. It's weird. I mean, they still got third place, even though the isPrime function is built in. And then they multiply them all together. This is extremely terse, but also it makes sense. Like, reduce this by multiplying them all together. Ruby is a very interesting language. Multiply them all together and then divide them. And apparently Ruby also handles big integers out of the box. And I'll show you my solution again. Mine was very verbose. So we have an isPrime function, we have a getPrimes function, we have a multiply array function, and then we do the thing. The trick here was to convert them to big integers. I'll talk about that really quick. If you're in the JavaScript world, you may not be familiar that numbers have a limit in JavaScript. Like the default floating point number has a limit, but big int was actually introduced in JavaScript to allow for very large integers without overflow. I mean, there is overflow, but it's really, really big. Really, really big. Why can't we just see big int? I just want to see, I want to see the global variable big int. Hey, here we go, global objects. Does big int not have it? I thought they had a limit. Yeah, they have a limit. Maybe they don't. So this provides a way to represent numbers larger than 2 to the 53rd power minus 1. So 2 to the 53rd power minus 1 is the largest possible number you can store in just a regular JavaScript number. And if you want anything larger, you're going to need a big int. Arbitrarily large number. So maybe they don't have a limit. That's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, so in Java, this was only recently introduced. Let's see where we can actually look at can I use, and look at big int, and we can see that it's not supported in IE 11. Supported in Edge 79 and greater, supported in Firefox 68 or greater, supported in Chrome 67 or greater, supported in supported in Safari 14 or greater. Cool, and it is supported in Node. Okay. Great. Let's do another one because we had fun. Let's do another one. And for those of you that weren't able to join the last one, you can join this one. And I think this time we're going to do code golf. We're going to do the shortest solution. So what we just did was fastest. That was the first one to solve it. You get first place. Shortest is the person with the least number of characters. And I'm actually going to limit the language because, like we saw, if you choose like Ruby or Python, it has a lot of built-in stuff, so it could get really, really short. We're going to do a pure JavaScript Code Golf Challenge. So if you participate, you have to use JavaScript, and you have to solve the problem in the least number of characters. So you can take the entire 15 minutes, and but if you take the entire 15 minutes and you solve it with the least number of characters, you still win. You still win. So let's go. C++. C++ is the worst for Code Golf. It is not conducive to Code Golf. There are quite a few people that are doing like Ruby and Python and other things, so I assume that they don't use JavaScript. Cool. So you can do ! current clash. Yeah, I mean, people do Code Golf with C++. I'm just saying it's not very conducive to it because it's not good for it. Wow, only 6 people got 100% on that last one. Quite a few people got 50. Yeah. All right, let's see. Surprisingly, we still have like 48 people that are going to try it with JavaScript. That's good. No worries, TK Burris. Congrats on that last one. You did really well. Have a good night. Yeah, and what's up, Maj Dogbite? Hey, yeah. Live. I'm live. That would be a fun little bot to create, Fion Live, where if it sees a link in the chat, it automatically edits it. Yeah. Yeah, there is a way to donate with PayPal if you'd like to. I think you can find it here. ! Support, or ! PayPal, or ! Tip. One of those has to be a command. Give me money. It's donate. Thank you. Yeah. So if you go to Streamlabs, you can use PayPal here. You don't have to though, but if you'd like to, you can. Informath says, I hope to beat at least 2 people and 100%. Yeah. I think I'm gonna do another focus mode. Let me go through these redemptions before we start the clash. Mr. Demon Wolf. I don't know if I said hello to you. I don't know if you're still here, but thank you for the hydrate. Cheers. And thanks for the stretch. And for the hydrate. Um, 246 with that posture check. And JJT. Stablam with the stretch. Fion with the posture check. Danny Larn with the hydrate. Cheers. Frozen Spray with that focus mode. We'll use that. Thank you, Limotes, for the hydrate. Thank you, user unknown 404 and Danny Larn. All right, here we go. It's not booze, no. It's water in the invisible cup, and unbranded sports drink here. Ooh, okay, so I'm gonna do 16 minutes of focus because we have 2 focus modes redeemed, and here we go. All right, so like I mentioned, this is shortest mode. You can take the entire 15 minutes, but you have to solve it with the least number of characters. So we're going to see a lot of very unreadable solutions here, but you want to solve it with the least number of characters. So here's our problem description. This is where you write your code. And you'll notice that you can only use JavaScript just to keep it fair. And then you can see the code size here. So currently, my code size is 238. You're going to want to go ahead and remove all of the comments because those count. Semicolons count. So you want to do your best to make it as small as possible. You can see just by removing all that, it went down to 147. Okay, but let's read the problem. Your goal is to return all 2D positions of each character in the string S. Given 0, 0 is the top left character. The map is composed of dots and characters contained in S. The order of the 2D positions must be printed when read from left to right and from up to down. There will be no duplicate characters in S. Okay, and we'll see you at the coding show. Thanks for being here. All right, for example, you get in a string to check, and you get the number of lines in the map, and then you get in next lines. Okay, so for example, we get the string to check 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. We then get a number in, so that's the number of lines we're gonna see next. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Wait, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay. And then we need to return the coordinates. So your goal is to return all 2D positions for each character in the string S. Okay, so we're looking for any element in here that's in the grid. So we would return the coordinate for this one, because one is in there. Oh, and I guess we have to do it in order. Yeah, because then 2 is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1 0 1 2. And then 3. Oh, I see. You have to find the first occurrence, and you could go back. And thank you for that support event. What just happened? Balaniman with the 2-month resub. New Year's resolution is to stay a sub at least till the end. Whoa, I would appreciate it. Okay. Yeah, because this is the coordinates for 1, the coordinates for 2, the coordinates for 3. This is the coordinates for 4. It's in 6, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. And then the coordinates for the first. Oh, you have to find all of the. If it occurs multiple times, you find all of the coordinates. Oh wow, we're gonna have to make multiple passes of this thing. I guess not necessarily. We could do a single pass, store all of the coordinates, and then print them out in the right order. That's probably what we'll do then. You find 6, 7, and 8. Okay. Okay. I think I know what I need to do. So the S reads in that first line. And thank you, DQ, for that 4-month resub. Good to see you too. So this is going to be the input string. We use readline multiple times, so I'm going to put that in a variable called R. And then in is going to be the number of lines. Though technically I don't think we need it because we can just read till there is no more. So that should be fine. I'll give you a hint. Instead of console.log, you can use print. This is only available here in coding game. But it basically is shorter for console log. So yeah, so that gives us S and in. I think we could do something like S equals read line and then read the line but ignore it, and then we just have S. And so that's going to give us, yeah, so that just gives us the number, and then we read until we can't read anymore. So let's say we have the grid. That's going to be an array of strings. And then we'll just say while line is equal to read the current line, we'll push that line into G. And so this should give us the grid. Yep, so that gives us a grid of all of the items. That's awesome. And now that we have the grid, we need to go through and find the coordinates of, we need to note down the coordinates of all of the things in the grid. And I guess technically, instead of storing the entire grid, I'll just store the coordinates. So let's just call this C. This is going to be a lookup table of the coordinates for every item. So we get each line. I'm going to write this long form and then shorten it. So we get each line, and then we need to look at every character in the line. A for loop is probably, because I want to use like for each. Technically, like map would be smaller, but that's going to give us each character. And we need to keep track of the current row that we're on. So row starts off as 0, and then we, well, I guess we can't use R. Let's use W. Row starts off at 0, and then for each row we increment. So we're looking at every item in the row, and that gives us the X coordinate. let's call it X. And let's call this Y instead of W. And what we need to do is, if that character is in the input string, we keep track of the coordinate. Yeah, I mean, I kind of, because basically I could do this. So I could say if S, I think includes is a thing. Let's see, includes is a built-in function for strings in JavaScript. So yeah, includes 1, true, includes 5, false. Yeah, so we can use includes. Is that going to be shorter than, let's see, let's see. This is what I want to do. I basically want a map of all the characters. Actually, no, I can just turn it into a set, right? Yeah, we'll turn it into a set. And then I can just do set.has, right? Can I pass a string into a set? I can. Beautiful. So create the set, and then I can just do set.has. So if set.has that character, then we want to put it into our map here. So I'll say, and actually I can't call this C. Let's call this, I don't know, I need another letter, J. So if the set has the current item, we're going to keep track of its coordinate. So we'll just say C at J, C at J, is equal to itself or an array. And then C at J, we're going to push in the coordinates of X comma Y. Like that. Great. And then after it's all done, C should be the coordinates of all the characters. Yeah, so we can see that 1 is at 3, 0, 2 is at 9, 2. Beautiful. I've solved it. And I guess technically, instead of keeping track of the map, we could just print it out right here and there. Right here, right now. Right here, right now. So yeah, let's do it all in one go. So so for each item, instead of pushing, yeah, I guess. Oh no. They're right? Well, no. Because I need them to be in the same order. So this is fine. I'll just go ahead and do that. We'll see how many characters that we're at. And now I just need to print them out. So I get to object.entries for C. And then for every one, I need to print it out. So that that's going to give us the item in the string. Let's just do lowercase s and then the total count. So let's call that lowercase n. And we just want to print we want to print s colon, and then we're going to need to do some finagling of all of the coordinates in the array. Actually, no, instead of pushing it in as an array of x and y, we'll just push it in as a string with the two separated. So we'll do x plus a space plus y. And so that should give us all of them joined together with a comma. That needs a plus sign. Join. We need to actually invoke it. So we get 130292. That looks right. But they need to be separated by a comma and a space. Right? Where's my parentheses? Oh. Wait. What did I do wrong? Let's go back a few steps. Okay, so that curly boy needs to be there. And then in here we can do that, comma space. Okay, jeez. There you go. So that works. Let's see if it works for all the test cases. It failed for the last one. Found 2. Oh, but they need to be in the same order as the input string. So if we look at this, wait, which one is this? This is number 5. Yeah, they need to be in the same order. Ah, okay. So instead of object.entries, we can do we can use the set, because I believe the set keeps the order. Does it? Let's see. Yeah, the set keeps the order. And a set has a way to iterate over it in order. This thing. What methods do we have? We have keys, values. Wait. There are no values in the set. A set just has keys, right? So let's do capital S dot values. And for each one, that gives us S. And so we want to say that's the letter, and then we use S here. So we say C at S. Can't property join of undefined. This, let's see. 2. Oh, I only have 10 seconds? What? Oh no! Oh no! I was doing so well. Oh, that one works. C at S or that. Oh no, can I? Oh no! Oh, okay. I'll use my last play. Hopefully, I'll get like 60% or something like that. Let's see. Clashing. That was a tricky one. I feel like I did well though. I didn't panic. I wrote all the code I needed to write. We just ran into that issue of not printing them in the right order. Focus end. There we go. All right, let's see what I got. Hey, 66%, not bad, with 191 characters. Terrazoid came in with 128 characters. Yeah. Who was timed out, Freddy? You mean in the game? No. It's the fact of life. It's what happened. I didn't panic until the last second. I didn't look at the clock the whole time. I do need to alias it. I would need to add it to my custom bot, though. All right, let's see how Terrazoid did it in 128 characters. Here we go. Okay, so first of all, we store readline in the variable r, so we can reuse it. Somebody asked earlier, like, what does this even do? It makes the code shorter, so instead of having to call the full read line every time, we can just use the letter r. And then Terrazoid is using, I would say, abusing a for loop syntax to basically do multiple variable assignment without having to have multiple lines. So we can go to the innermost. So I starts at 0, and then we read the line. That's the input string s that gets stored there. We read the line again and store that in, so that's the number of lines. And then we're going to iterate up to the number of lines that we need to read. And then for every line, so this reads the current line with the current string. We're gonna get basically each cell, and oh my goodness, that's actually beautiful. Terrazoid, how often have you done this? So what Terrazoid is doing is, instead of creating a new object to keep track of things, a readline is technically an object, so you can just put properties on it. It's beautiful. I never thought of that. That's what you're doing, right? So you're setting a property on the readline object, or the readline function, instead of creating a variable to store your properties. That's some tricky codes right there. That's awesome. Okay, so basically this is keeping track of the coordinates of each thing. And so we then grab all of the current ones there, and append the current coordinate. Wow. And then after that, for every letter in S, and that's going to be in order, we if it exists in our object, we print it out with the letter and then all of the items there. Wow. Let's play unshortened Terrazoid's code. It's pretty much what I did, just way shorter. That's awesome. You know, we were all doing code golf. Yeah, so the point of this one was, and Salamini, thank you for that resub. Wow. It's been a while since I... Wow. Whoa. It's been a while. I don't know. But great job, Terrazoid. That was amazing. We all learned something new today. Yeah, this was shortest mode. And so Sakasan did it in 209 characters. So I did it in 191. I was really, I was so close to 100%, but I ran out of time. So I would have gotten second place. I would have. But let's see how Sakasan did it. Similar to mine. So we store readline here. We have the input string, a place to keep track of all of the coordinates. We then have the number of rows. We then read in each row and put that in a variable called G. And then for every letter in G, we grab that character. Yeah, we could have gone way shorter, actually. Like instead of doing char at, you can just use bracket notation to get a string inside of a character. So if you have like hello, if you do bracket notation 0, that just gives you the character there. You might have been new to JavaScript. The reason I say that is, like, if you just search the web for JavaScript get character at string, you're gonna find char at, but you can use array index notation. That would have shortened it quite a bit. If it's not a dot, then we're gonna put an array there. I just say that because I forced people to use JavaScript, so it's possible a lot of people had not used JavaScript before, or aren't super familiar with all the short ways of doing things. Then we push in the coordinate, and then for every coordinate set, we print them out. Wonderful solution. I feel like my code could have beaten yours, but I did something wrong. All right, and then we'll take a look at Maple Leaf, who did it in 258 characters. Yeah, never sculpts JavaScript, that's for sure. Yeah, there's a lot of little tricks that I use. Like let's see what else we could do. So yeah, I guess like instead of a for loop here, like if you use a higher order method, I believe it's shorter characters. So like you could take the string hello and then turn it into an array, and then you have the map function. Oh, because it's gonna print everything. Okay, so if we get the character, and then just log that character. This takes the string, turns it into an array, and then uses the map function. I mean, it might actually even be shorter to do string and then split it into an array and use map. That's actually a little bit longer than spreading it. But yeah, there's some other things you could have done, but great job. Great job. You got second place. And lastly, Maple Leaf in 258 characters. So we have read line assigned to T. We get the number. I guess technically this would have been... Wait. Aren't you throwing out the initial input? Oh, true. Yeah, it could. Yeah, and then it gets even shorter than that because yeah, we don't need parentheses for that. Yeah, so a lot of other things we could have done, but okay. I feel like so the first read line is the input, and we're just throwing that away, and we're only keeping track of the number of lines. But I guess what you're doing is as you look through the grid, aren't you throwing away the first input? Oh no, never mind. You invoked it. Yeah, okay, I see. I was like, I thought this was an assignment for R, but no, this is the invocation. Okay. So this reads the first line, this reads the number of lines, and then we need to iterate up to in because that's the number of lines. And then for the current line, we get the character and the column that it's in. And then if the input includes that, we're going to create a string that has the coordinates. And I guess, do we append them? What do we do with D? Yeah. So we would append the previous one here if it already has one. And then you sort the entries based on the order that they were in the input. Very interesting. Cool. All right. Great work, everyone. Let's do something else. That was fun. I appreciate you all. You did great. Everyone. The schedule for today is just random stuff. So we just finished playing Clash of Code. What are we going to do next? I don't know. Well, we'll do a poll. We'll do a poll on what we're going to do next. People have questions on Vox. Let's do a few questions and answers on Vox. So if you go to vox.coding.garden, you can see all of the questions that other people have asked, and you can ask a question too. And these are the commands you can run in the chat to do it. You can also upvote other people's questions. Let's also do these redemptions. Well, welcome, Repo Man. Thank you, Bob. 26,900 for the stretch. And Hugo Das with the posture check. Thank you. All right. If you have asked a question, just type ! here in the chat so I can make sure that I'm answering it for somebody that's actually here. The JavaScript implementation, I guess somebody could have used a regular expression. Would a regular expression give you the coordinates? What's up, Katoli? Yeah. Take a look at Fion's idea. Let's see. Create a website which is just lo-fi like your starting screen, which could help people relax and code. But the twist is it's all copyright free. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great idea. It's one of the tricky parts is creating a catalog of royalty-free music that could be used. Yeah. I mean, technically, I could create a 24/7 stream of the music I use in my intro screen. That's doable because all of that's royalty-free. Okay, but let's answer this question from Limotes. Hey, Greg, thank you for that resub. How many months is it? 9 months! Thank you so much, Greg. Limote says, how do you handle application-level API routes? For example, a user activity route that you wouldn't want someone to update manually through an HTTP request, but you want your front-end app to update. My assumption is that you just don't do this and you handle it all in the back end. Yeah, so I mean, if we're thinking of like user activity or analytics, and you want to make sure that if somebody finds that endpoint, they can't just spam it with bogus user activity or bogus analytics. Is that what you're asking, Limotes? Yeah. The only way, I mean, not the only, like the main way to prevent people from doing that is to just handle it in your backend. So in your backend routes, anytime a particular route is called, you could make a call to your analytics model and update your user activity model. That's going to be the most secure way, because the only way to hit those endpoints or to create that user activity would be to hit the endpoints, and to hit the endpoints, you probably already have authorization on it. If you are doing it purely from the front end, you can potentially have. I've seen some websites do this. So if you're ever on some like social media website or certain websites that don't like bots on their website, if you pull up the network activity tab, you can actually see that they do like analytics, and you see these network requests being fired off. But a lot of them include like a nonce, basically like a unique value that could have only been created, and it's like a one-time value. I've never done it before, so I don't know much about it. But you could look into doing something like that, where whenever you record user activity, you could get a unique value that can only be used for that one user activity, and you use something from the user to make sure that it is likely a request that's actually coming from your front end. But at the end of the day, if it's an HTTP request, somebody could reverse engineer it and figure out how to call it without using your front end. But yeah, you could look into a nonce, which is a crypto thing. It's basically like a unique one-time value, and then your backend could validate it. I don't know, but cool. Abel Ben Struck says, I'm making a personal website to be like a home base for my resume and portfolio. Any tips? Yeah, I would say random tips, but your portfolio site could also be a portfolio piece in and of itself. So if you don't use like a WordPress template or some pre-existing template, and you build that portfolio or personal site yourself, you could list that and say, hey, this site that you're using right now was built by me. Yeah, I think that's my tip. I would say if you're searching for jobs or applying, you should definitely have a portfolio site before you start applying places, so that way you actually have a place that people can go to. And I guess I would also say try to put projects in your portfolio that are things that you personally created. I've seen some people put things in their portfolio where they followed a Udemy course or they followed a YouTube tutorial and they just put that in there. It's okay to do, but a lot of people probably have that, and you're being slightly disingenuous because you didn't actually create that from scratch. So I would say try to have projects in your portfolio that are yours and yours alone, or at least highly customized from a Udemy course or a project, a YouTube video or something like that. Yeah, and single page is usually fine, because it's kind of, people won't be on the site for too long. It's probably going to be like a hiring manager or something like that. They go there, they see what are your projects, they read a little bit about you. Yeah, and cool. Yeah, check out that link from Coding Pasta. I'll put it in the chat. Wait, you have to put your email in? It's probably good. Coding Pasta suggested it, but check it out. And DevTurp, thank you for that 5-month resub, who says, you rock. Well, thank you. Thank you. All right, let's do like A few more questions. There's a lot of questions. Do web developers get coding interviews on algorithms and data structures or something else? It highly depends on the company that you're applying to. Typically in more like front-end development focused things, it might be more of a coding challenge style thing, like a code kata or a Clash of Code style problem, less implement a linked list from scratch. But it varies by company. It absolutely varies by company. I would say take a look at Glassdoor.com. Because they people post information about companies, and you could potentially see for a company that you're applying to what kind of interview they hold, so you know how to prepare. But it varies, because some companies, even though they are mainly web development, still might ask about algorithms and data structures, so it varies. Oh, there's a direct link. Okay, cool. Paranoid Android has an idea. Instead of subscribing all newsletters you wanted to follow, I would like to use a service that subscribes newsletters for me, and I follow them. And actually, Feedly serves a service like this, but it's just for paid users. So it's like an aggregate of newsletters, and you go to this website and you choose which newsletters you want to aggregate. Does it still go to your email? Is that what that is? That's an interesting idea. It'd be fun to build. Cool. So it's like it's a newsletter of newsletters. So instead of getting like 10 different newsletters in your inbox, you get one, and it's a combined version. It's a cool idea. I don't know if I would build it on stream, but it's a cool idea. I'll say that. Okay, how to get started with quality assurance. I've heard of Jest, but I was wondering if any videos in general about it. I don't really have too many videos on testing. So Jest is a unit test framework. So there are different levels of testing. I'll at least talk about that. So Jest is one of the most popular JavaScript libraries for unit testing right now. But you can also check out, what is the integration testing one called? It's not Nightwatch. Nightwatch is the older one. Cypress, that's the one. That's the big one that everyone's using. Nightwatch was a little bit popular before Cypress, but now most people are using Cypress. But you can look into Nightwatch.js. You can also look into Cypress.js. And so Jest is all about unit tests. You're basically writing tests that test specific functions in your app, or test very small specific functionality. Both Nightwatch and Cypress are integration testing and browser automation. So what this type of testing allows you to do is, or what it does is, instead of testing specific functions, you're testing the website itself. And that website could be calling some API. You're basically testing the whole thing. You're testing the full flow of everything. So you can write tests that go to a web page, click... Let's mute that. Go to a web page, click on a specific element, check to make sure something appears, click on another element, check to make sure that the URL changed, go to another page, check to make sure that data appeared. And so you can see, like, whenever you run these tests visually, you'll see it happen. Like, it literally launches the web page. It starts clicking on things, and you can write your tests that basically describe how to interact with the website and what to expect. But this is more... of an integration test, because you're testing everything, right? Because these pages could technically be calling an API behind the scenes, but you're not testing specifically the network calls. You're just testing what happens on the page. So it's like Selenium. Yeah, it's like Selenium, but Cypress is the new hotness, I would say. And in the JavaScript world, a lot of people use Cypress. You can also check out Nightwatch. It's not quite as popular. Cypress... they have so it's totally free to use locally, but they also have like Cypress dashboard, where you can basically share test runs with your team, and you can see like a video output of the tests running. So you can hook this up to like continuous integration and stuff like that. Yeah. So integration testing, end-to-end testing, those are similar. Puppeteer is another one, but it's not quite as full-featured as something like Cypress, but Puppeteer is a browser automation framework. This basically allows you to launch a browser, select elements, do different things, but Cypress is kind of like all-in-one, because not only is it like browser automation, and it also includes like very specific expectations. So like expect that this element has this or that. You could do that with Puppeteer, but you might need a separate library. Yeah, and so Jest can be used on the front end for front end JavaScript and back end JavaScript, but another one that I'll mention is a thing called Supertest. And this specifically is for testing Express applications, unit testing Express applications. So it's like different levels of testing. Jest, you can specifically test functions, and you can like mock inputs and outputs. Cypress is more full-fledged. You can run the web page, and it may be calling the API and different things like that. Supertest would allow you to write tests specifically for your API. So in this case, like Express. So let's say you have an Express app that has a get route that has the path user, and that always responds with a 200 status code and a JSON object. You can use Supertest to write a test for that specific app. So you actually pass in the Express app. You can say, get that endpoint. You can expect that, you can expect headers. So expect that the content type header has JSON in it. Expect the content length to be 15. Expect the status code to be 200. And then you could actually combine this with something like Chai, which is an expectation library. And I guess Jest might have expectations in it too. But this has like top level expectations like this, but also you could get access to the response body. So you could right here, and then you can do all of the custom expectations you want on the response body. So make sure that the response body has a specific property or something like that. And you could use some other expectation library like Chai to do that. So expect this object to be a string, or expect this property to be a string, or expect this object to have property. So you could kind of like combine the two. Yeah, and Ava is another type of a test runner. There's a lot of stuff out there, but Ava could be comparable to Jest because Jest is a test runner, but Jest is also a combined expectation library. I think, does Ava have expectations built in? It just has like t.is. You might need to use a separate expectation library. Yeah, Jasmine, Karma, Mocha. We can throw all those names out there. If you search for any of those JavaScript, you'll find those libraries. But yeah, so if you're testing APIs, this is where you get started. So that's my suggestions. I mean, I would say I haven't really done like a specific QA job before. I've mainly been a developer that like writes tests. But as a developer that writes tests, those are the things that I use. And hopefully that helped. So thanks for your question, 246. Joseph is saying, or Yosef, which programming language should I learn algorithms and data structures with? Is there one that you want to advise? Or just the language I'm used to, which is JavaScript. Yeah, I would say if you're just trying to learn about the concepts, use what you're used to, because that way you won't be fighting a new language and the concepts themselves. Because you can write data structures and algorithms in any general purpose programming language. You could use Python, you could use JavaScript, you could use C++, you could use Java. Now, of course, if you're using a lower level language, you have to think a lot more about memory management, and you're going to be a bit closer to the metal in terms of like implementing these data structures. However, the concepts, the higher level concepts can be applied in any programming language. So I think if you know Python, use Python. I believe there's a book out there that's like data structures and algorithms with Python. Yeah, you could use C if you really wanted to, but like I said, if you don't know a language and you're trying to learn data structures and algorithms, it could be too much at once. More deployment streams. Yeah, I need to do a stream on deploying with Vercel because I haven't done an updated one. Yeah, maybe one day. And hello, Critic. How to find endpoints of certain websites other than the network tab. I mean, that's pretty much it. You can also do like a directory scan, a path scan of a website. There are some hacking tools out there. Well, they're usually used for hacking, which will basically just try a bunch of different paths on a website to see if any of them exist. And then if they do, you can start poking around. So that's one way to do it. But I would say those are like very undocumented endpoints. Like those are endpoints that the website doesn't want you to find, and it's probably against their terms of service if you start calling those endpoints. But if a website is making network requests, you're pretty much going to see that in the network tab, or you could use an external app. So yeah, AllyPost is mentioning Wireshark. Recapy is mentioning Fiddler. Both of these are like desktop applications that watch the network traffic on your entire computer. So if for whatever reason you're not seeing those network requests when you're on the website, Fiddler or Wireshark will potentially see them because it sees all the network traffic on your computer. Yeah. Coding Garden mobile app update when? I guess I could do that now. I don't know. I just don't feel motivated to work on any of the things that I worked on in the past. The push notifications still work, right? Yeah, you're welcome to watch. How would you handle storing user permissions in a database? The way I've done it is RBAC, role-based access control. And this is just like a general concept, but it applies to many different things. Typically, what I do is I have, so you have your users table, and then I have a totally separate table called like roles. And there might be roles like admin, read-only, editor, employee, manager. It depends on the problem domain, but you basically have a table that describes all of the different types of roles, and then you have a join table which can assign one or more roles to a given user. So you can say that this user is a manager and an employee, and it has those two roles. And then this user is an admin and has that one specific role. And then in your application code, you just use that. So in your application code, in your endpoints, you basically check against those specific roles. So for a given endpoint, if you want only the editing role or higher to be able to do something there, you check to make sure that the user has that role. Yeah, just make everyone an admin. I mean, we're kind of joking, but honestly, so I've worked on internal applications for companies where basically like the public doesn't see them, and for the simplest case, everyone is an admin is okay for like minimum viable product, because there is no one else logging into the app. Now, eventually, you might have newer users that need lesser permissions, but the base of the app basically just makes everyone an admin. Yeah. Yeah, and so you could take it a little bit further than that. So what I was talking about is purely role-based, but you could also go further than that, and you can say you could have a table that stores all of your different types of permissions. So you could have a permission that is read users, update users, list companies, modify or delete companies. So each of those specific things is a permission, and then you have a join table that says what a given role what permissions a given role has. So you can say that an admin has all possible permissions, so they have an entry for everything. An editor has the update company permission and the update user permission, but it doesn't have the delete company permission. And then again, you use that in your application code. So your application code in any given route will be tied to a specific permission, and then it can check to see if the given user's role has that permission. But there's a lot you can look into. Just look into the general concept of role-based access control, and then search for it on NPM as well, because there's quite a few libraries that work with like Express. Search for like so there's like role ACL, access control layer. There's some libraries that work really well with JSON web tokens, so they allow you to store roles and permissions in tokens, and then there's a nice little middleware you can put on your routes to make sure that a given user has those roles or permissions to hit that route. Cool. Thank you for your question. Let's keep going. Admin. Which is better for mobile apps, React Review? It depends. I would say whatever you're more comfortable with, because at the end of the day, it's going to be very similar. And that's if you're using a hybrid mobile framework like Ionic or Cordova or something like that. If you're not, if you're going closer to native, then you might use React Native, or for Vue, you might use Native Script Vue, or you might use neither, and you might just use Flutter. You can post a link, Freddie. I may or may not click on it, but you're welcome to post a link to it. Just make sure that it's appropriate. I don't use Emacs or Vim. I prefer VS Code. That's my preference. What would I recommend if there would be an API that refreshes a database every 5 minutes? Do you mean you're calling an API and the data changes every 5 minutes? Is that what you mean, Danny? Not sure what you mean by that. How's the scope for a full stack mobile app developer? I would say that the term and the title full stack varies wildly by person and by company. So it really depends on the company there. Like if you have the title at a company of full stack mobile app developer, it probably means that you're writing either native mobile app code or hybrid mobile app code, and you're also working on backend APIs and potentially doing some database development, but it varies wildly. I mean, full stack usually entails you're working on the full stack, but like I said, it varies wildly. For example, you have web scraping, but the data is changing. Oh, sure. You probably need some sort of scheduled task. I think that's what you're asking about. Like, well, basically, you need to scrape the data from this website every 5 minutes to have the latest data. And for that, you can look into like cron jobs. Because in Linux, a cron job is a specific task that can be run multiple times a day. You can say run on the 10th minute of every hour, or run every Saturday at 2 p.m. So that's specifically cron. Yep. And then there are certain services that can kind of do this as a service. So if you look at Heroku Scheduler, I believe this is available on the free tier. You have to add a credit card to your account, but I believe you do get to use this for free without paying. At least for the most basic dynos. But this basically works like a cron job, but you can specify one specific JavaScript file or Python file or Ruby file to run on a given schedule. So you can say, run this task every 10 minutes. And I've done this with Node.js and JavaScript. I basically, like, I had my full API that's running on Heroku, but then I also had a separate folder of just one-off scripts, and I set that up as a scheduled task. So basically, every hour on the hour, Heroku would run that one specific task to do the thing. Yeah, and I believe they use cron syntax, but they also have like a visual editor to choose how often that thing should run. So like that's the general concept of a scheduler, or you want something to run fairly, like every so often. In doing so, the code that you write would need to take that into account, though, right? So the code would need to make sure that if it receives duplicate data or data that hasn't changed, it needs to account for that and not have like duplicate data in your database. So you would have to do that yourself, but the way to schedule it would be with a cron job. Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, I'll mention that. So NPM does have a cron module. Or there's like Node Schedule. I looked into quite a few of them. Actually, I'll mention you can use PM2 for this as well. So PM2 is a Node.js process manager, and PM2 accepts cron syntax to run a specific task on an interval. I've used this for work as well. Does anyone see it? Cron? 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 It's possible. I'll just say that it's possible. And then there are Node libraries for doing this. There's cron tab. However, a lot of these just work within a Node.js process, and it just uses set interval or set timeout, so it may not be as dependable as something like an actual Linux cron job. Node cron? Maybe Node cron. This one was updated 2 years ago, but it's probably still usable. So you can say schedule this function to run on a specific interval. Yeah. But like I said, so this is basically, this spins up a Node.js process, and then it just stays running forever. But this function gets executed whenever it needs to. With a cron job, that process spins up and spins down when it needs to. And what's up, Alka? Welcome to the show. Which is a little bit different, but depending on your needs, this could work just fine. Okay. Have I tried something other than web dev? It would be fun to try something out on stream. I have. I mean, so before I was a web developer, I did C# desktop development. And Mr. Lit Ronerer. Lit Roner? Thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders. You have arrived at the Coding Garden. Right now, we're just answering questions. This is kind of just a hangout stream. We were playing Clash of Code earlier. Maybe after we answer some questions, I'll write some code. I don't know what I'm going to write, but we'll write something. But welcome. Thanks for being here. But yeah, so before I was a web developer, I was a Windows desktop developer. So I did a lot of that. And I have a computer science degree, so before I learned all this web dev stuff, I did do some lower level stuff. And we've talked about doing that kind of stuff on stream before. I just haven't gotten around to it. But it'll happen eventually. Within the next 5 years, it'll happen on stream. When I do a live review of subs or followers code, we've done that before. I'll say, like, we used to do it every other Friday, like two times a month. If you search my YouTube channel for code review, you can see me doing it. Coding Garden Code Review. Yeah, we've done it quite a bit. The only thing is, it's exhausting for me. I mean, I put a lot of thought into it, and so after 4 or 5 code reviews, or even after 2 or 3 code reviews in a single stream, it does take a lot out of me, so I haven't done them in a long time. But we'll probably get back into it, and there actually is a channel redemption for code reviews. It's disabled right now, but basically, when we enable it, it's mainly for people that are regular viewers of the channel. So you can see that I set the price really high, mainly so that only people that... it's like a reward for watching, basically. But we haven't done it in a while. It'll probably happen again once I start streaming more often, but it's just been a while, yeah. Any app or library to stress test our websites? I've used some. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It has something to do with like a... Is it Gatling? Gatling gun? If you search for like a website load test... you'll find some tools. Locust, yeah. I don't think I've used Locust before, or have I? No, I haven't used this, but there are a lot of tools out there for it. So basically, you can point this at a specific website. You can tell it how many users they should emulate. You can say what pages they should visit, and it will spin up the users and spin them down and give you kind of a rundown of how long requests are taking and stuff like that. There are a lot of them out there. I'll share this one. I haven't used it. It looks nice. Yeah, Gatling, I guess, was the one that I have used. Yeah. So you can check out Gatling. There's one that's just like a command line one. AB benchmarking tool. A tool for benchmarking your Apache Hypertext Transfer Protocol server. Ion Cannon? Borderlands. Yeah, I'll look up. I haven't heard of JMeter. Oh, Apache JMeter. Okay, so it is from Apache. You can check that out. I forget the one that that we used. Load testing? Is that like hoping for the best after a deploy? Kind of. You basically, I feel like you're joking, but for anybody that doesn't know what load testing is, or stress testing, you basically check to see how responsive your website or web server is to a certain number of requests. Because you might, usually in a scaled application where you have maybe thousands, tens of thousands of users, you want to make sure that your application is able to handle that. So these tools emulate real traffic, so that way you can make sure that you have a big enough instance allocated, or that your app is able to scale up as needed, and these tools let you do that. Bombarder? Never heard of that one. Bombardier? Bombarder load test. I spelled load wrong. Looks like it It's on GitHub. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. You're welcome, Repo Man. Where do I host Coding.Garden? I host it on a Lightsail instance. I forget which instance it is. It might be the $40 a month one, because I have like quite a few things running there. But this is basically just a virtual private server. And I have it configured with Ubuntu and Nginx. You could also, while we're talking about these kinds of things, you could host it on something like DigitalOcean. I might have upped it. I think I have like the $20 instance for like isitnewyearsday.com or something like that. But yeah, I have one of these instances, and it's just a Linux machine with a bunch of Nginx configuration. What's up, Ed? We're just answering questions right now. And I actually did a stream on me configuring it. So if you want to hack me, you can go watch me set it up and take advantage of something that I did wrong. So if you search for Coding Garden AWS, believe it's this one. Well, actually, no, never mind. This specifically, I think, was the server for Let's Encrypt, but it's set up in a very similar way. It's like a 7-hour stream, but you can see me set up Nginx, Let's Encrypt. I do a Nginx reverse proxy and some other stuff like that. Yeah. How do you, in a safe manner, inject JavaScript submitted by a user in your Node app? Oh, you don't. You don't. I mean, you can use what's known as a sandbox, where the code that is running doesn't have access to the file system. It doesn't have access to anything else. It's sandboxed. But this is a very tricky problem to solve. I would say, I believe Node.v has like a VM module. Yeah. And this VM module might allow you... Yeah, never mind. The VM module is not a security mechanism. Do not use it to run untrusted code. I believe there might be a way of built into Node to sandbox something, but you might also just search for like Node.js sandbox. Yeah. And basically you can give it a string of code to execute, and you can prevent and you can make sure that the code that's running doesn't access the file system, doesn't try to crash the process, that kind of thing. But this one only has 54 stars. I would say if you're doing this, you want to make sure that you find a library that is very well tested and very well used. This one has 760 stars. Tell it to run. Yeah. Yeah, so short answer is you can, you probably don't want to. Yeah. Where was that one? And if you want to maybe clarify a little bit more of what you're trying to do, the Rice Ganton, I can maybe clarify a little bit more. Yeah. I'm running a very simple JS REST API in REPL.it that serves that purpose. Yeah, and the thing is, like REPL.it has put a lot of work into this problem of running code in a sandbox, because that's what they do. That's their business, where you can create a and I believe they use like Docker containers for this. I think part of REPL.it is open source, so there might be parts of it that you could use. But yeah, I'm coding a new chat. Oh no. What's up, American? Are you talking about Entropy Chat that we haven't touched in a long time? Sledge Dog says, any new bigger project ideas that I would do on Twitch, or planning to wrap up Inventory App or Entropy Chat? Happy New Year to you as well. I really need to finish all of the stuff that I've started here on stream. And I honestly think like that's kind of why I haven't streamed as much, is because I know that I have so much that I actually need to do, but I don't necessarily want to do it. And if we start another new project, that's just going to potentially be another project that we don't finish. So it's a dilemma. I would like to build some Pokemon-related applications. I will say that. I don't know if they're going to be that big, but it might be nice to have like a card deck, a place to keep a place of keeping track of all of my Pokemon cards. It would be slightly different than the Inventory app, because It'll be more domain specific because it's technically inventory, but there's a lot of different types of cards because you have the main set, you have the parallel set, which is like reverse hollows, and then you potentially have the deck exclusive set. And so I would do a lot of things to keep track of that. But I don't know when. I don't know. Yeah, and I do want to do some sort of card scanner. Actually, I use the TCG Player app, which is really good at scanning card. Like, I don't think I could do any better than the TCG Player app, because it'll literally scan a card and detect that card and look up the price for it and all that good stuff. But what I kind of want to do is build a website that gives away Pokemon online code cards. Let me show you what I mean. So whenever you open a pack of Pokemon cards, it comes with this little code card. And on the back of the code card is a QR code and a certain number of digit code. And basically what you can do is you can take this code, enter it in the Pokemon online game, and you unlock a digital card or a digital booster pack. But I have hundreds of these, and I would like to give them away. But typically what people do, like on Reddit and on YouTube, is they'll just flash it, or they'll post an image of a bunch of them, and then it's kind of just like first come first serve. So the first person that watches the video or the first person that goes there gets all of them, and nobody else gets any of them. So what I want to do is I want to build a site where I can scan in all of my codes, and then I can make it so that people can redeem like 2 a day, and I would limit them by IP address. So I mean, of course people could use a VPN, the people could figure out a way to circumvent it, but for the most part it would be a way to give away codes but ensure that everyone at least gets a few codes by limiting it by account and IP address, that kind of thing. I don't know. Those are the ideas I have floating around in my head. Windows subsystem for Linux 2. I haven't used it much. I know people like it, but yeah, I don't really have any opinions on it. Can developers get good at V8 and Node if they keep using libraries to no end? You can get good at the JavaScript language for sure. But I would say using libraries potentially prevents you from implementing core logic. And so that's more about programming concepts, I think, than it is the language itself. I would say you still get a lot of exposure to the language itself without using libraries. But that is a problem, that people just use libraries for everything. Hey, Reekster. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Have I ever used Mapnik? What is Mapnik? No, I haven't. It's a GIS tool. Pixel perfect image output with lightning fast cartographic algorithms. Looks cool. Yeah. Yeah, so about injecting code. I'm building a software as a service app, and I want a user to be able to submit snippets of code just to customize an action. Oh, so yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, you might try to find some other language that's not JavaScript, because then you can find like a very specific execution engine that is sandboxed by default. So if you want them to be able to modify a specific thing or do a specific thing with code, there's a not JavaScript, but it's like a subset of a language that you can then execute to do the thing. I would look into something like that. You can also look into how Replit does it, because I do believe they have some open source stuff. But yeah, I would just say in general, it's a security risk to do something like this, because a malicious user could submit some code that brings your server down, that exposes the keys on the server, different things like that. So you definitely want to make sure that it's executed in a secure context. I would say look into sandboxing, potentially spinning up custom containers, that kind of thing. Yeah, we could do a VS Code extension. We just have to figure out what. But yeah, I'm not opposed to that. I've heard Socket.io doesn't scale well. Is that your understanding? What's the alternative? It depends. Everything I've used for Socket.io works just fine. I don't have millions of users. I don't know where it stop scaling. Some people have said it stops scaling at, I think, like 10,000 simultaneous connections or something like that. But also it's possible to scale Socket.io with multiple instances. They can all share state. Yeah, I mean, the alternative to Socket.io is to just use WebSockets directly, because Socket.io is a wrapper on top of that. Or you could use server sent events, which is an HTTP 2 thing. But it scales good enough for me. I'll say that. All right. Thank you all for the questions. And hello, Suraj. Welcome, welcome. What do we do now? You can run service workers too. For service workers for like the sandbox thing? Is that what you mean? We probably have, yeah, we have a few redemptions. Let's do this. 246, thank you for the hydrate. And Masoldo. And Joya. Joya? Joyu. Thank you. And what's up, Loco? Jui? Last question that I'll answer. So I have an example using Joy and Monk to store in a database. I don't know how to insert a new document having business logic in separated modules. I mean, I've done this quite a bit. Like I believe the URL shortener that I wrote, I used Joy and Monk. Miniature umbrella. This is the one. This is a super simple app. All of the code is in a single file. But you can see that we're using Monk to connect to the database and then get access to the collection. And then I believe we have a schema. Yeah, and then this is our, we used Yup, but Yup works very similarly to Joy. You could create your schema, and then in your route, you can use it. So validate the request body, and then if it's valid, insert it with some other logic. So yes, it's possible. You could put this schema in a separate module. You would just need to require it in. You could put this database connection in a separate module. You could just require it in. You could put this request handler in a separate module or a controller file. You would just need to require it in. And then it's really just a matter of using the two libraries. So validate it, and then after it has been validated, insert it. Monk might have some sort of middleware you can use to automatically call the validation, but usually I just do it like one after the other. Yeah. I don't think they make this chair anymore. Do we have a chair command? I think I talk about my chair in my frequently asked questions. It's an IKEA chair. It is the Lindman. Lindman? This one? No. That's the table. Oh, no. This one. Sorry, this one. The Marcus. Yeah, it's the IKEA Marcus. As far as I know, they don't make green anymore. I actually got this from my work because they had a bunch of extra chairs. And they bought it back when IKEA was producing green chairs. Yeah, so maybe you can find it like on eBay or something like that. But it is the IKEA Marcus. Okay. Should I end the stream? I think I'm done. I think I'm gonna go eat some lunch. Yeah, I have a blue screen. That's why this is green. I don't know. Is anyone interested in seeing me open Pokemon cards? Because I'm interested. I want to open Pokemon cards. No, I think I'm done, at least for now. Absolutely. All right, let's take a poll as to which Pokemon cards I should open, and then I'm gonna go. And I'll go ahead and switch my category. Yeah, do it. I realize not everyone wants to watch this, and you might tune out, but I really like Pokemon cards, and so I want to share that interest and joy with you. Cool. Title should be updated. I need a vacation. Yeah, I mean, I kind of took an unsanctioned or unannounced vacation. I don't know. Okay, so I have multiple sets. We could potentially do Burning Shadows. And I'll send you some set lists. Burning Shadows set list. So you can see all of the cards in it. Yeah, so I have a bunch of Burning Shadows that I could open. These are all the cards that are in it. We'll keep that open. I could also do Rebel Clash. And then I have some Vivid Voltage as well to open. We'll do a 3-minute poll. And I'll send you the set lists for all of them so you can take a look. How many of each? I've got a bunch. So let's say 10 of whatever one we choose. I'm going to open 10 packs. Yeah, here's Rebel Clash. And then here's... Oh, actually, I have Champion's Path, too. So we'll do Vivid Voltage and then Champion's Path. I honestly... I have a sealed Elite Trainer box of Champion's Path, but Champion's Path is just so bad. I mean, it's bad because you get duplicate cards. Like I've opened 3, 4, I've opened like 6 different Champion's Path products, and I have so many duplicates. And it's probably because the set size is so small. Everybody is buying Champion's Path because they want this Rainbow Charizard. I could care less about the Rainbow Charizard. I do it for the cool cards, but I just get a lot of duplicates. But yeah, so we have Burning Shadows. We've got Rebel Clash, Vivid Voltage, and Champion's Path. So each one of these is a different set of cards, and we'll pick from that. Okay. I play a little bit. I try to play with my my partner. Yeah, Limeotes. I've slowly figured out a system, mainly because the cards are really hard to find in stores right now. So I've found some places online that I can order them, and I basically am just saving them all for a rainy day because, and I'm gonna open them. I'm not saving them as a sealed collection. I'm saving them so that one day when there are no Pokemon cards in the store, I'll actually have cards to open. We'll do a 5-minute poll so you can look through these set lists. Okay, but here we go. So here is Burning Shadows. Here is Rebel Clash. Here is Vivid Voltage. And here is Champion's Path. How's chess going? I haven't played as much as I was whenever I was playing on stream. And hello, Klein. Welcome back. We're about to open some Pokemon cards. We actually aren't going to write any code. Let's see what's winning. Oh. Oh. What about all of them? No. And so, while we have the time, we can look at the Pokemon card expansions. So, if you used to collect Pokemon cards, I don't know if I'm not going to scroll this far, but you may be familiar with like Base Set 2, Fossil, Jungle, Team Rocket. Each one of those was a different expansion of Pokemon cards. Here we are 25 years later, and there are 1,000,001 expansions. So I'm scrolling. These are all of the different Pokemon expansions that have come out. And the ones that I've mentioned are newer expansions. So Burning Shadows was released in 2017. We can look at Rebel Clash was released in May of this year. Champion's Path was released in September of this year, and Vivid Voltage was released in November. So each one of these is a separate set of cards, and they have various Pokemon in them. And these days there are like over 800 Pokemon, unique Pokemon. I should do that, Murdoch. Yes, I think I'll do that. Yeah, and so Burning Shadows is from Sun and Moon. So if you ever played the Pokemon video games, that's from Sun and Moon. And then these 3 are all Pokemon from Sword and Shield, which is the latest Pokemon game. Yeah, this year. Oh, last year. You're right. It's 2021. And Shining Fates is coming out in February. I don't know if I'm going to collect this, mainly because it's going to be so hard to find. Hidden Fates is like one of the most popular sets that came out, and they're actually doing a reprint. So it came out in August of 2019, but they're reprinting it. And even the reprints are selling for above market, above like manufacturer suggested retail price. And so I have some Hidden Fates, but it's just so hard to find at a decent price that I may not collect it at all. And honestly, that's why I'm collecting Rebel Clash, because if you go into a Target right now, and if they actually do have Pokemon cards, you're likely to find a pack of Rebel Clash. So that's why I'm collecting Rebel Clash, is because I can actually find it. And so I'm trying to do a master set of Rebel Clash and Vivid Voltage. Yeah, that's that. Okay, how's the poll doing? And Tom! Whoa, Tom! Thank you for those gifted subs. 2 gifted subs. Congrats to 2468 and Adon. I don't have a lot of older cards. No, I mean, I had some when I was a kid, but I left them at my parents' house, and then they got put into storage. I heard from my brothers that my cards were put in an outdoor storage shed, and so they all have like water and humidity damage. Honestly, it would be disappointing to even look at them. So, but I mainly just have newer cards. Oh, yeah, the Magic cards? Yeah, I never played Magic. Cool. Who wants to see my binders of cards that I'm collecting? I'm actually pretty proud of my Vivid Voltage binder. I think I'll show you that. Keep voting. I'll be back, and actually we'll wait till the vote to be over because I'll have to go grab the cards. Yeah, so I'll go grab my Vivid Voltage binder so you can see how I've done things. It's honestly kind of obsessive, but I'll show you how I'm doing it because I'm trying to collect a master set, and I'll show you what I mean by that. No, I'm not going to vote because I don't want to influence it. I'll let you all choose. Burning Shadows will be cool because Burning Shadows does have a Charizard in it. Not that I'm chasing the Charizard. Hey, Cola Flask, thank you for the 100 bits. It says you're a good teacher with an amazing positive attitude. I've learned so much from watching your videos. That's great. Thank you very much for the support. Okay, so Burning Shadows has won. That's fun. I think I have like 20 or so packs that I have 20 or so packs. We're only going to open 10. And if we check it out on Card Maven, oh no, this is totally separate. I was going to show you that every card, for the most part, has like 2 different versions. You have a regular version and a reverse holo version. But then for some of the more rare cards, or like the ultra rares, you usually only have like 1 version. But then technically there might be like a full art version of that. But I believe there's a Charizard in here that everybody wants. Yeah, there's this one, which is just the regular Charizard GX. And then I believe there is a secret rare. Yeah, there's this Rainbow Charizard secret rare. Everybody wants that. So it'd be cool to pull that. It also would be cool to pull any of these. It doesn't matter which one. Any one of those we pull is going to be awesome. If we pull a golden card, that would be amazing. Or any of the full art trainers, or any of the full art Pokemon. Basically anything in the bottom half of the list would be amazing to pull. But they're very, very rare, so it's highly unlikely that we would pull them. Okay, so I'll be back in like 3 minutes. I'm gonna go grab the cards. I'm gonna grab my binder. We're gonna talk Pokemon. See you soon. Hello, hello. Let me know if the audio, the music volume to myself is all right. We're listening to some Pokemon Lo-Fi. Can you hear me? Can you hear the music? Is everything okay? Yeah, we haven't celebrated 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. We need to do that pretty soon. Yes? Sounds good? All right. Okay. So I was gonna so we're gonna open up 10 packs of Burning Shadows. I have those here. But before we do that, I'm gonna show you my Vivid Voltage binder. So this is the binder that I'm showing you here is actually a different set. Hey, welcome, Larry. Larry came for the Pokemon cards. Very good. So this is my actually, let me put this here. This is my master set. So if you look at the Vivid Voltage set list, it shows you all of the cards. If you look at any given Vivid Voltage card, it has a specific set number in it, so or a specific card number. So we can see that this Weedle is card number 1 out of 185. But for every card, there is usually a reverse holographic version of it, and so I'm attempting to collect every regular card and every alternate version of that card. And One Hot Prescott, thank you very much for that sub. So this is the first page. And you can see that we have Weedle, Reverse Hollow Weedle. We've got Kakuna, Reverse Hollow Kakuna, Beedrill, Reverse Hollow Kakuna, Execute, Reverse Hollow Execute, Exeggutor. We then have my obsession. So I went through and in any of the cards that I don't have, I created black and white proxy versions of them. So in my binder, you can actually see what's missing in that spot. And One Shot Prescott with the 5 gifted. Oh, you're too kind. Thank you very much, One Shot. I appreciate you. But you can see here that I am missing a Reverse Hollow Exeggutor, and I'm missing Reverse Hollow Yanma. So I actually have placeholders for that. Yeah, they're proxy cards. And we can actually, I'll show you, I have all of the amazing rares except for one. So Vivid Voltage has these cards that are called Amazing Rare, and they are just gosh darn beautiful. I'll show you this. It is amazing, and it's rainbow. It's a beautiful thing. But I have all of them except for one. And you'll notice this is where the card sets get a little bit different because where are we at? Right there. Celebi does not have an alternate card version, right? So yeah, and right, and so what Cola Flask is mentioning, they do have binders that are like 4 across or just 2 across. And that would be really nice because you'd have all the Pokemon side by side, but where that breaks down is some of the more rare cards don't have an alternate version. So there's only one version of Celebi. Cool, then we can see Reverse Holo Seedot, Newsleaf, Reverse Holo Newsleaf, Shiftry, Reverse Holo Shiftry, Nincada, Reverse Holo Nincada, Ninjask. And I mean, you can see that I'm doing pretty well in this binder. So I'm only missing those 2, but then I have these entire 2 pages filled out. And then I have these next 2 pages filled out. So let's see. Yeah, so we've got, I'm not going to name all of them, but you can see that page. You can see this page. We've got Delmi's Orbeetle V Max, Zarude, and then I'm missing one fire Pokemon. I'm missing a reverse holographic Charmeleon. But I have a Charizard, and I have a reverse holo. I actually have, I believe I have 10 non-holo Charizards. But then I have the reverse holo Charizard. You can see that this page is like completely filled out. And then there's just some like sporadic ones. Like I'm missing a reverse holo Blitzel. So Blitzel is just a common card, and I'm missing the reverse holo version of it. And here's another amazing rare. This is Raikou. I have thousands of cards. Yeah, so I have like basically duplicate bulk. So I have all the cards, because a lot of these cards I have multiples of because I'm trying to get a master set. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense, Cola Flask. Yeah, but I'm missing these 2 reverse holo rares. I've failed to come across those. And then it just goes on forever and ever. And then at the back is where I'm actually missing a lot because those are the like ultra rare. Also, I'll show you Jirachi. That's another amazing rare. But once you get to the back after all of the trainer cards, and actually, yeah, I have all trainers and reverse holo trainers except for Drone Rotom or Drone Rotom. But yeah, then when we get to the back is where I'm missing a lot. And these are known as the full art cards, so they're still within the set of 185 cards, but they're very, very rare. So I do have Orbeetle V, Zarude, Galarian Darmanitan V, Sirfetch'd. I have all of those as full art. But I'm missing Pikachu V, full art, Ampharos, Alakazam, Colossal, Talonflame. And then you also get into the full art trainers. So I'm missing Steelix. Well, these are Pokemon, but then the full art trainers are really cool. So you've got Alistair, Bay, Beauty, Leon, and Nessa, but I'm missing all of these. And then I have Pokemon Center Lady. And then you get into the secret rare rainbow rares. So I do have a secret rare, a rainbow rare Colossal VMAX, Aegislash VMAX, Togekiss VMAX, and this is the type of card that everybody's after in Vivid Voltage, the rainbow rare Pikachu VMAX. I don't have one of those yet. I'll probably get one, probably. But those go there. And I didn't print proxy cards for these back here because these are going to be so hard to find. I do have a full art rainbow rare Nessa. I have the Galarian Obstagoon gold card, and I have the golden memory capsule. But this is my Vivid Voltage binder. I have one of these binders for all of the sets I'm collecting. I don't have one for Burning Shadows yet because I've just started opening Burning Shadows packs. But it's going to be organized in a very similar way. Okay. We've got 10 packs to open, but before we do that, I'm going to show you my favorite Pokemon cards. Some of my favorites. So I have this little binder here of just all of the cards from like random sets that I came across that I liked the art of or I liked the Pokemon, and so I'm just putting them in this little binder. But we start off with the most beautiful Magikarp you've ever seen. This is actually from I think it's Crimson Invasion, the set. But the artist that did this Magikarp also did a Gyarados that I have. but it's definitely one of my favorites. So I have a bunch of Magikarps. So I've got this one. This one's from Hidden Fates. I forget which one. This might be Steam Siege. And then I have this Magikarp from. I have like 30 of these, but you'll notice in this Magikarp, he's got a little Pikachu in the background. And so that's why I like this Magikarp. And because there's a Pikachu in the background, I put a Pikachu there. And here's that Gyarados. So this is the same artist that did this Magikarp, did this Gyarados. This one I think is from Steam Siege, and it is fantastic. And then you can see I have some Japanese cards. So this Gyarados is dope. This is one of the dopest Gyarados. This one is dope. Oh, the Gyarados, this Gyarados is on fire. It is fire too. But my partner is collecting Tagbolt, which is a Japanese release that lines up with Sun and Moon Team Up. But she had a duplicate Gyarados, so she gave it to me. It's on fire. I'm actually collecting Japanese cards too. Actually, I'll show you that. After we open up Burning Shadows, someone remind me and I'll show you all the Japanese cards I have. And then we have this fantastic Charmander. It's a hollow Charmander. I got it in the Charmander Sidekick collection. But he's right next to this Japanese Charizard, hollow Charizard, which is dope. I think... no, it's a different artist. But yeah, there's that. So I have extra cards that I give my partner. She has extra cards she gives me. Yeah. And then I like Vulpix. So here's just a few Vulpixes. This Vulpix is from Champion's Path. This one is Burning Shadows. And I also like Cubone. Now, if you know the story behind Cubone, he's actually wearing his dead mother's skull as a mask. And so this card is actually really, really sad because you can see him like holding onto his bone, and in the background there's like a mom and her child, so he's like really sad because he misses his mom. But it's a cool card. And then this is like a really dope reverse hollow Cubone. And then this one, Cubone is like ready to go. And then I have a couple of Eevees because I like Eevee. These ones are from Hidden Fates. I have the reverse hollow and the hollow. I just like the art of these. Rainbows, it's cool. Again, these are just more art that I like. And then, look at this. It's a programming stream. There's a Pokemon called Type Null. This I think it's from Sun and Moon Base, and this one is from Crimson Invasion. But apparently, I looked into it a little bit. Apparently, this is the Pokemon before all Pokemon, and its name is Type Null. It was before types of Pokemon existed. Yeah. I call her a partner because we are partners. Like, I have friends that are girls, and so but they're not my girlfriend. So it's mainly because it's a more accurate term that describes our relationships. I'm going to attempt to collect all of the Type Null Pokemon, because that's an awesome name. And then you can see, so this is from Vivid Voltage, and I just put it next to the Japanese version, which I'm collecting in the Japanese set called Legendary Heartbeat, or Legendary Pulse. And so I'll show you those cards after we open some up. But this is the one from the latest Vivid Voltage set, and that's the corresponding Japanese card. And then I have the same thing for Pineco, because I like the art of both of those cards. Yeah. Oh, and then I had some duplicate amazing rares, so those are just at the back of this binder. Look at Rayquaza. It's dope. Okay. Now what you've all been waiting for, let's open some cards. You can see my little card organizer and holder here. This is actually extremely convenient. I recommend anybody that opens a lot of Pokemon cards to get something like this, because as I open the cards, I sort them by type, and so whenever they go into the duplicates box, they're organized, and I'm not flexing, I'm sharing my passion. I'm sharing the cards that I like. Yeah, when they go into the box, they stay organized by type, and so this is nice for as I open the cards, they go in there. And then, honestly, this thing just sits on my living room table, and I have packs of cards in it, so when I feel like open a pack of cards, I just sit down and open a pack of cards. And I got sleeves, card sleeves as well. Yeah. All right, so let's open some Burning Shadows. I'll remind you of the set lists that we're going through. There's a lot of rainbow rares and a lot of golden rares we could potentially pull from here. But really, any card that I don't have is a good card. And I honestly, because I'm collecting so many sets, it's hard to keep track of what I don't have. So yeah. Quanta, yeah, if you see me in public, absolutely, say hello. Absolutely. All right, first pack of Burning Shadows. I've also gotten really good at opening packs of Pokemon cards. I see a lot of people on YouTube and Twitch struggle with it, but I am good at opening a pack of cards. And Don, thank you for that gifted sub to Tom. Now let's see. Okay, so the code card is the right direction. In a lot of older packs, they just had like really weird packaging, and the code card ended up being backwards. But this is a green card. We know we're not gonna get anything super special. You do the card trick, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the rare card in the pack, so that's why we take these 4, and we could put them at the front and guess the energy, or we can put them here, so that way the last card that we reveal is the rare card. Yeah. So let's go. So we've got a Noibat. Let me make sure the focus is good. Yeah. Cool. We've got a Stuffle. We've got a Mudbray. Dynamo. Oddish. Fighting Energy. So now this is the splitting point. So we just went from common and uncommon cards, and now after the energy card, we're going to be... Oh, sorry, we just went from common cards. Now after the energy card, we're going to see uncommon cards, and then we're going to see the rares at the back. So we've got a uncommon Dusclops. Metapod Pod. Simasir. And a reverse hollow Malamar. That's pretty cool. And for the rare, a Bruxish. This is actually just a weird looking Pokemon. I've seen this Pokemon in Pokemon Go. It's so weird looking. I don't like it. But it is a rare. I'll say that. It's a rare Pokemon card, so that's the thing. Yeah, I hopefully out of 10 packs we'll get at least one ultra rare. If it's super, super rare, then I don't know what I'm gonna do. All right, next pack. Do I still play Pogo or Pokemon Go online? Yeah, I mean, actually, I started playing Pokemon Go after I started collecting Pokemon cards. Surprisingly. This goes here. Yeah. All right. See ya, Repo Man. Thanks for hanging out. So packs vary in price. If you're getting them at a big box store like Target or Walmart, it's usually about $4.19 per pack. Sometimes it's $4.99. Sometimes it's $5.99. It ranges. It's roughly $4 or $5. And Turtle Monkey, thank you for the bits. Great to see you back. Going to head over to another streamer, but awesome if you can rate him later. Oh, Evan, you mentioned him. We'll look into it. Yeah, we'll see what... Yeah. Someone remind me. But yeah, thank you for the bits. What was I saying? Yeah, they range in price. Usually around $4. If you can find it for less than $4 a pack, it's a good deal. And packs usually come with 10 cards, specifically Sun and Moon and Sword and Shield. I think all of the packs also come with an energy card. So you get 10 additional game cards, an energy card, and every pack is guaranteed to have a reverse holographic card and a rare card. Yeah, and actually I do have some Ultra Pro penny sleeves that I ordered, but right now I'm using these. These are just like super cheap, but they're very similar to the KMC Perfect Fit. I like how close they snug the cards. And then these are Dragon Shield, so I put any Ultra Rares in a Dragon Shield sleeve. Okay. Do I use these cards in physical duels? I battle with my partner. Okay, so we got a Riolu, Meowth, Alolan Vulpix. That's interesting to see. Vulpix is usually a fire type, but Alolan makes it a water type. I've got a Wimpod, a Togedemaru. I feel like this is just the Japanese pronunciation converted or translated directly into English. Fairy type energy. Fairy type energy isn't in Sword and Shield, I don't believe. We've got a Seadra, a Ratom Dex, Super Scoop Up, a Reverse Hollow Weevil, and for the rare, Toxicroak. Yeah, my hair has grown. Please do not battle with my partner. We battle with Pokemon cards. Okay, next pack. Wimpod, Togedemaru, Krogunk, Pansear, Magikarp. Wait, do I not have that Magikarp? That's a nice Magikarp. I'm gonna set that one aside. Leaf Energy, or Grass Energy. I've got a Gloom, Acerola, Wishful Baton. For the reverse hollow, we've got an Alolan Grimer. It's interesting to see these Alolan Pokemon because they're not the type that they usually are. Like, usually Grimer is Psychic type, but this is actually Dark type. And for the rare, ooh, a Hollow Diancie. Nice. Best source to learn about Pokemon and the game. Don't go on Reddit. Everyone on Reddit is really mean and not nice to new people. Just check out YouTube. There are a lot of really good YouTubers. There's The Real Breaking Nate. There's Leon Hart, Primetime Pokemon. There is a girl, I forgot her name, but she does really good videos. She also she battles Pokemon, so she has a lot of insight into like deck strategy and stuff like that. Let me figure out what her name is. And she has some videos on how to get started collecting and how to get started playing the game. Frosted Caribou is her name. She's really nice, really good. But if you search her channel, she has like she describes the different kinds of Pokemon products. She talks about like deck building and stuff like that. Yeah, you're right. Not all of Reddit is bad, but there are parts and pieces of Reddit that are not great. No. I revealed it. I messed that one up bad. Okay. It's a hollow rare. At least we know to be somewhat excited. Alright, we've got Noibat, Stuffle, Mudbray, Tynamo, Oddish, Lightning type energy, Weakness Policy. The Pokemon in this card attached to has no weakness. Potown. Whenever any player plays a Pokemon from their hand to evolve one of their Pokemon, put 3 damage counters on that Pokemon. And this is a stadium card, so when it goes into play, it applies to, it stays on the board and it applies to both players. We've got a Ribombee, which is a fairy type Pokemon. We got a reverse hollow Wickle. Each player counts the cards in their hand, shuffles those cards into their deck, and then draws that many cards. And for the rare, ooh, we've got a Darkrai. I actually pulled a Rainbow Darkrai. Well, I didn't pull one. I have one. My partner pulled it. It's a Rainbow Darkrai GX from Burning Shadows. Yeah. that wasn't rare. It was just a fairy type. Chips. All right, we've got 6 more packs to go. Limo has asked, do you mix and match expansions when you actually play the game, or is this really only good if you're collecting this specific expansion? So, when you are building a deck, typically you do mix and match expansions, because there are some really good trainer cards in certain expansions that aren't in others, so you kind of mix and match. If you're playing like professionally or in like the actual Pokemon circuit, there are only certain expansions that cards can come from. Yeah, and then personally, I'm just looking at only specific expansions because there are so many cards that it's hard to keep track of like what's what and what's in what expansion. So to help myself, I stick to just a few expansions instead of just like opening anything. All right, we've got Noibat, Sock, Esper, Pansage, Panpour, Water Energy, got a Gloom, Acerola, Wishful Baton, and a reverse hollow Rattata, and another hollow Diancie. So that's 2. We got 2 of these. And thank you, Nookie Poo, for that stretch. Hey, what's up, Definite Optimus? Yeah, we're opening some Burning Shadows. That's cool to see a dark Rattata. A Alolan Rattata. I've been pretty good. I haven't been streaming a lot. I've been opening a lot of Pokemon cards. I've been working a lot. I've been good though. Four. Those go here. I don't know if I have a favorite card. I showed earlier, I just have a collection of cards that I really like the art for. And I don't have any cards that are extremely rare. I have some ultra rare cards and like rainbow rare cards, but none that are probably, I would say probably the most expensive card I have is worth maybe $100, if that. Cool. More lull. We've got Esper. We've got Duskull. Oddish, Mudbray, Lightning type energy, another weakness policy, Bowtown, Ribombee. For the reverse hollow, we've got an Inkay. That's cool art. I like that art. That's nice. And for the rare, Heracross, non-hollow. Reason to not stream Pokemon cards, pretty much. I mean, like, honestly, I would go to certain stores when they open at like 7 a.m. to try and find and see if they were actually in stock, because so many stores aren't in stock. And then if I'm leaving the house that early, I'm too tired to stream when I get back. I don't know. No, I just have a bunch of Burning Shadows. I'm gonna try to collect a set, not a master set. So I showed my Vivid Voltage master set earlier, which is a lot because you're collecting like 2 different versions of every card. I'm gonna go over just a regular set of Burning Shadows, where at least one of every card and probably not all of the secret rares. So anything we don't have is a good card. There's a Meowth, Riolu, a Alolan Grimer, Ladybug, Cutiefly, Water Energy, Sophocles, or Sophocles, Ribombee. What will I do with these cards? They'll go in a binder, or they'll go in a cardboard box. Eventually, they might make it into a deck. Here's Solrock. Ooh, we've got a reverse holo Esper. That's cool. And for the rare, another Heracross. So I guess I should mention all of these packs are just from like random tins and collections. So these didn't come from a booster box. I've just opened various things that had a pack of Burning Shadows inside of them and just set them aside for a rainy day like this, or a snowy day. All right, 3 more to go. The random algorithm is not so good. Yeah, I mean, it's in this case, it's really, really random because none of these packs came from the same place. Like every single one of these packs was in a completely different, separate product, potentially from a completely indifferent store. And what's up, Sound of Gaming? Welcome to the show. Yeah. Cutie Fly, Fairy type. Horsey, I like that art too. Venipede, that's pretty cool art. Nice. Sneasel. Got a Crabrawler. Grass Energy. Super Scoop Up. Electabuzz. Sophocles. Whoa, reverse holo Pikachu. That's nice. Very nice. And for the rare, Toxicroak. We've gotten multiple of the same rare in all of these. We're not really seeing any anything super rare or anything new. Yeah, the reverse holo cards are really cool. Oh, an EV Power 10 and Orbeetle V-Box. Nice, I've opened both of those, and I'm doing pretty good. The EV V-Power 10 has a lot of good packs in it. I think it has Darkness. I think it has does it have 2 Darkness Ablaze? I think you get a Burning Shadows and an Evolutions, something like that. I may be totally wrong, if I may be remembering wrong, but that's cool. And then the Orbeetle Vox is cool because you get Vivid Voltage. And I think Burning Shadows, which is what I'm opening right now. That is a nice Tangela. Tangela? No, it's Tangela. Look, it's tangled. It's tangled up. Its name is Tangela. There's Ralts. We've got a Rhyhorn. A Hoot Hoot. Meryl. Fairy type energy. A Ribumby. A Solrock. I don't think we've pulled that yet, and it's an uncommon, so that's cool. We've got an Escape Rope. Reverse holo Toxicroak, so that's nice. So this is reverse holo, but it's also actually a rare card. So that's a good pull. And for the rare, Arachnid. Do we have... Okay, I didn't remember. That's the thing about opening so many Pokemon cards, is I forget the ones that we have pulled. But I guess we do have a Solrock. How's it going, Bashex? The music is just a lo-fi Pokemon playlist. I'll send the link. All right, last pack. We're hoping for at least a GX card, like at least an ultra rare. We have not pulled a single ultra rare. I'll show you what we pulled so far. Yeah, so in 10 packs, we've gotten 3 holo cards. So we got 2 holo Diancies and a holo Darkrai, but then all of the other rare cards we got were not holographic. And then let's see for reverse holos. So Malamar is a rare, Weevil is a rare. Let's see. And then Toxicroak. Yeah, so we got quite a few reverse holos. Well, I mean, you get a reverse holo in every pack, but 4 of the reverse holos were rare cards. Well, 3. 3 of them were rare cards, so that's nice. All right. Here we go. One last pack. Hopefully it's something that we don't have. Retired with Pokemon cards? No, no. I mean, people have. I'm not going to. All right, if we don't get an ultra rare, I'm gonna open up some Japanese cards because Japanese cards are, there's a lot more rare cards in them, and they show up a lot more often. Okay, we got a Hoothoot, Tangela, a Dewpider, got an Inkay, Ralts, Fire-type Energy, Tormenting Spray. Choose a random card from your opponent's hand. Your opponent reveals that card. If it's a supporter card, discard it. Oh. Whirlipede. We've got a Guzma. Switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with their active Pokemon. If you do, switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. All right. This is Burning Shadows. We've got a reverse holo Solipede. And it is a rare. It's a reverse holo rare. And for the rare, an Azumarill. So we didn't, in 10 packs, we didn't get a single ultra rare, but that's life. You're not guaranteed rare Pokemon. If you were guaranteed rare Pokemon, I feel like less people would open packs because there's less surprise. So that's okay. You're planning to develop a trading card game. Would I play it and maybe collect them? It depends. What's it going to be about? If it's interesting, maybe. What's my favorite Pokemon? I have a few. I would say Magikarp, Eevee, and Vulpix. Those are my favorites. Okay, so we didn't get any rare cards. Are these all... Oh, I guess I started to mix these up. Nomakop? Yeah, Eevee's the one that evolves into many different Pokemon. I'll show you my card organizer thingy, because it's really nice. So we've got all our electric Pokemon and our normal Pokemon and our fighting Pokemon all separated, ready to go into bulk storage. We've got all our energy cards. We've got all our sleeved rare cards and then extra sleeves here. Okay, I'm going to go grab some Japanese cards and we're going to pull some awesome cards because we don't want to end on a sad pack. Wow. Is there anybody that's never been here before that's just randomly tuning in? Smile in the chat. Smile in the chat if you've never been here before. Lots of new people. That's great. Thanks for dropping by. Hello, Juzzlig Bunny and Schmert. I've seen some of you before, but thank you for being here. Yeah, and so we are going to open up this booster box. It's fresh. It's a completely sealed Japanese booster box. We're going to open it up. Oh, nice, Cola Flask. Thanks for being here. Hello, Ruger. So I haven't done code reviews in a while, but I talked about earlier that I potentially will start doing them again soon. All right, actually, I'm going to go grab my binder so I can show you. I'm only missing, I think, like 5 cards from this set. So I opened one booster box, and I got the majority of the cards. Not all of the secret rares, but the majority of the cards in the main set I got from a single booster box. Yeah, so I'll be right back. I'll go grab that binder to show you, because it's honestly refreshing. For one, the quality of Japanese cards is like so much better, and there are better odds. Someone in the chat was mentioning the odds, but yeah, I'll be right back. So, this is my Legendary Heartbeat binder. This specifically is from a Japanese release called Legendary Heartbeat or Legendary Pulse, and this is actually the first set. Let me catch my breath. I just ran down the stairs. The first set where they released amazing rares. So I showed earlier, I have a few amazing rares in my little binder here. These are from the American set, or the US set, the English set called Vivid Voltage. And this is the Japanese set where those were first released. So this set has basically half of the cards of Vivid Voltage. And then there's another Japanese set called Astonishing Volt Tackle, and that's the second half that's actually in Vivid Voltage. So the Japanese releases of sets are usually smaller than the English releases, and it's usually a combination of previous Japanese sets. So that's why I started collecting it, is because I was already familiar with a lot of the Vivid Voltage cards. So yeah. Yeah, so I got some booster boxes from various places. There is a game shop in my city called Mythic Games. I got it there for $110 for a Rebel Clash booster box. There's Mile High Comics, which is like a giant comic warehouse, but they also have Pokemon cards. I got a Rebel Clash booster box there for $115. And then I found this game store called Dueling Land, and I got a booster box there. I actually paid a little bit more. I paid $130 for the Rebel Clash booster box that I got there, but the reason I paid more is because they're really nice. It's an awesome shop, and their other products are a little bit cheaper than what you'd find elsewhere, so it works out. Like, I bought other things from them, so it works out that I paid a little more for Rebel Clash. Any site that is selling a Rebel Clash booster box right now, you can probably get for $100 or less, though. Okay, let's look at this binder. Can we do this? Yeah. Okay. So these are cards in set order, and I have most of them. So we've got Weedle, Kakuna, Beedrill, Execute. We've got Exeggutor, Yanma, Yanmega, Pineco. I don't actually know what I'm missing, but I'm missing card number 9. Yeah, for sure, Didart. But I think, well, actually, check out Safari Zone. I don't know if they have Rebel Clash booster boxes, but I know safari-zone.com. They have really great reviews. I have an order in the mail from them. I got some Rebel Clash build and battle kits that were a really great price. I think it was like $24, and you get a build and battle kit, and they send you 3 extra boosters. Yeah. We got Shaman. Then I start to forget these names. I think, is this Genesect? Is that Genesect? And then Delmise. I'm missing 2 cards here. We've got Zarude. Electrike? Is that his name? I can't ever remember. There's Joltik, Garvanchula. There's Zekrom. Zorora, I think. Pinsirchin, Clefairy, Clefable, Girafarig, Shuppet, Banette, Dedenne, Xerneas, Diancie. We actually opened some of these from, this one's from Burning Shadows, but that's the same Pokemon. We've got Alchemy V. Oh, and here's the other, we were about to see, hopefully if we get one of these packs, here's the other cool thing about this specific set, is if you open a pack that has a V card in it, and that V card has a corresponding VMAX card, you get it in the same pack. So I actually pulled in one Japanese pack Alchemy V and Alchemy VMAX, and so any other card that has a corresponding VMAX, you get both of them in one pack. Let's see who else we had. Yeah, and then here is the Japanese amazing rares. I only have Jirachi right now. Oh yeah, so same thing happened with Togekiss. So in one pack, I got Togekiss V and Togekiss VMAX. We've got all our trainers, and then I actually did get Alchemy V Full Art, and then I have a Full Art Rainbow Opal, which is pretty sweet. Cool, all right, let's open. Is Porygon rare? It depends on the set. In some sets, it is actually a rare card. So, fresh, totally fresh booster box. We're gonna slice it open, grab a pack. My favorite Pokemon game? probably Pokemon Blue that came out on Game Boy. But I just started playing Sword and Shield on Switch. I'm playing the Shield on Switch. Actually, I should film this. Oh, I play Pokemon Go too. That's true. Cool. So check it out. So this pulls out here. Let's see. We'll get it. I don't want to rip the box. There you go. Okay, so that pulls out, and then this pops up, and you have a nice little like store display, right? Pretty cool. You got these. I believe if you scan these, it just gives you like a set list or something like that. But these are the packs, and they are beautiful. Like, they're great. It's amazing pack art. Usually I shuffle the packs up, but I want to open something good because usually for whatever reason, like right on top, there's a good pack. I'm going to open these 2 packs right now. That's all I'm going to open today. But I got a feeling we got some V and V Maxes in here. Maybe an amazing rare. I got a good feeling. Let's go. I believe. Oh, thank you, Cola Flask. Cool. And so Japanese cards have this back, so that's cool. And then the card trick with these is actually only 2. 1, 2. The reason being, this last card is not necessarily a rare, but if you get the pack where you get the V and the V Max, this is going to be the V Max. So here we go. We've got an Alistair trainer. I forget his name, but he evolves from Electrike. We've got a Weedle. Evolves from... Is it Matang? I forget their name. I should look up their names. We're going to pause. Manectric? That's what it was. We're going to pause so that way I can actually read out what their names are. Beldum. Is it Beldum? Metagross. All right, actually, I'm gonna let you all in the chat. If I can't remember which Pokemon it is, you can tell me. All right, we're gonna start over. Okay, so we've got Alistair. What was the one? Manectric? That's the one, Manectric. We got Weedle. Metagross. Oh, we saw something. There's a Shuppet. And then a Hollow. I don't know who this Pokemon is because it's rare and I haven't pulled. I don't know if I've pulled it in Vivid Voltage. Let's see. This is number 39. Oh, Zygarde. I do have one Zygarde. So great, that's great. But here's the other thing I like about Japanese cards. Instead of a yellow border, it has this silver border, which fits pretty well with the cards. And then like when you get a hollow card, not only is the art hollow, the outside of the card is hollow as well. And then we've got a Yanmega. Alistair's name is Onion in Japanese. All right, so that's great. We got our hollow rare card in a single pack. That's a good pull. We're hoping for a V or a V Max in this one. I cannot read Japanese, no. My partner is learning Japanese on Duolingo, but I cannot read Japanese. The card trick is 2. The cards just feel so nice. Like, compared to an English card, they're just so much more quality. They put a lot of thought into these Japanese Pokemon cards. All right, we got a Quagsire, Toucannon. And hey, Excavator, thank you for that resub. Glad I finally caught the stream. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too. Pineco. Dedenne. Oh, there's something in there. Is that Chatot? And then a holographic, is that Regirock? 37. Yeah, Regirock. And we've got a what are these called? Aroma Energy. What? Okay. Well, we didn't get any V cards, but that's fine. We still got 2 holographic cards in 2 packs. That's amazing odds. So, yeah. Kimetsu no Yaiga Mugen. Wait, is that... Demon Slayer? Or no? I'm watching Demon Slayer. Yeah, it is Demon Slayer. Okay, cool. I watch it in Japanese, but I have English subtitles. Okay, thank you all for hanging out and watching. This was fun. We got some awesome Japanese cards to end this with. And I don't know when the next stream is. Hopefully, I say hopefully because I don't want to make any promises, but hopefully I stream on Monday at the normal like morning time that I used to stream at, but we'll see. Actually, I probably have some work meetings. We'll see. I'll let you know. Keep an eye on Twitter and the Discord for if and when I'm going to go live. Thanks for everyone for hanging out while I open these Pokemon cards. Thanks for hanging out earlier when we were playing Clash of Code and answering questions and all that good stuff. We are going to raid someone. Yeah, and if you're just dropping in because you're passing through the Pokemon trading card game category, this is the Coding Garden. We open Pokemon cards every now and then. It's personal cards. I don't do breaks or anything like that. Other times we actually write code. So if you want to learn to code or you like hanging out and listening to people code, that's what we do here. There are the raid messages. So if you are a sub, this is your raid message, like that. If you're not a sub, I just realized, wait, yeah, PogChamp is not an emote anymore, is it? Or did they already replace it? Oh, they replaced it! Nice, nice. Dope. Cool, so if you're not a sub, there is your raid message. I don't know where we're gonna go. We may go watch some juggling. We'll see if they're still streaming. Oh, it changes every 24 hours. Okay, that's good to hear. Cool. But yeah, join us in the raid. Drop a follow if you like what they're doing. All that good stuff. I appreciate you all. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for all the supports today. Hopefully you have a wonderful 2021, and we'll see you next time wherever you are in the world. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night. And until next time, here's this.